Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lockhart, Texas. It's Friday Night Lights. It's Lockhart style. We're getting ready to go for homecoming tonight as we will have the team of QA tonight, Lynn DeSalvo. He is new for us, so Lynn, it's good to have you aboard, and we'll be listening to you to see how we're doing tonight, see if we need to change anything. As far as the rest of my team is concerned, we have producer, senior McKelty Altier, who's going to be leaving us here shortly to show off more of her talents as she's going to sing the national anthem with the rest of her buddies down there. Also with me is my right-hand man, the guy that knows it all, the Sarge, Emilio. Emilio, how you doing tonight?
I am doing good, and although I'm your right-hand man, I am sitting to your left-hand side. But other than that, you know what, I'm doing great. You know, there's one person I do want to give a shout-out. I've been talking to her the last couple of days. It's a lady that goes by Mom, Mrs. Smith. And I just want to give her a shout-out, and I think if we would have talked a little bit more, I could have sworn that I was talking to my mom at the time. So, hello, Mrs. Smith, and I hope you enjoy the game tonight. And me and your son Scott are going to get together as we always do, and we're going to give you the best broadcast, the best play-by-play, best color. We got the best producer, and, hey, we're ready for some Lockhart Line football, and it's homecoming night.
It is. So before we go into coaches' interviews or anything like that, real quickly, we're going to talk about the two teams that are at hand. So tonight, again, is homecoming. We have the Burnet Bulldogs. They're out of District 14. They're in Class 4A Division 1. As a matter of fact, they wear green just like the team we played last week, and they're in the same division or in district with those guys. So players to watch for them. First of all, their head coach is Kurt Jones. They come in at 0-2 on the season. They lost to Marble Falls 34-14. They lost to Wimberley 32-25. Players to watch for these guys: linebacker Zach Ferguson, who had 83 tackles last year. Defensive lineman Roger Craig with 57 tackles. They talked about offensive lineman Zach Hudgens. They also talked about wide receiver Blaine Burkhalter. He had 396 yards receiving last year and 4 touchdowns. Defensive back Caleb Alexander had 71 tackles, and quarterback Jackson Denton, who is the sophomore quarterback. Last year he was a safety. This year he's the quarterback, and he is quite an athlete as we watched him earlier tonight. On the other side, the good boys, the good team, the Lockhart Lions. They're from District 14, Class 5A Division 2. They are 1-1 on the year. They beat Austin Travis 54-7 at home. They went on the road and had a tough loss last week, 29-30 to Taylor. Again, players to watch for us, as we all know. Head coach is Brian Herman and his slot T offense. We have quarterback Jaden Garza, who again is doing a great job of running the show. Elijah Sanchez has been just a scary beast up front on the line. We have Daquan Ellison, who rushed for over 260 yards and had 4 touchdowns last week. He was our offensive player of the game. Jesus Aldana had 80 yards rushing last week. Again, we got to talk about the two captains, Alex Sosa and Jaime Guerrero. We talked to Eddie Tukar tonight in an interview. He's the junior middle linebacker, and again, he's wreaking havoc on defense. And then last week's defensive player of the game, Faustino Gonzalez. So there you have it for the matchup tonight. Again, it's homecoming. We're hoping the weather's going to cooperate. So far it has. And the next thing we're going to talk about is we went down there and we had a talk with the head coach, and I'm going to let Emilio set that up because he's the man that did the interview.
Yes, definitely. And this is the first Lockhart National Bank pregame show, and you're about to listen to the Christ Market Coaches Corner with Coach Brian Herman and myself, the Sarge, who I met up with Herman down on the field earlier tonight. And as we get ready to, let me get it set up for you. All right, and here we go. This is going to be your Christ Market Coaches Corner with Coach Brian Herman. All right, and here we are for tonight's homecoming football game between the Lockhart Lions and Burnet Bulldogs. And this is Emilio Sarge Juarez, and you're listening to the Christ Market Coaches Corner. I'm here with Coach Brian Herman, head coach of the Lockhart Lions. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, real quick about last week is a tough loss that we had against Taylor at the last, down to the final seconds, which turned out to be a good game. It didn't go our favor. What has the mood been all week during practice, and what is the theme to get this team back to get a W here tonight?
Well, I was really proud of the kids. I heard even on the bus ride home, I heard them moving on to Burnet and focusing on homecoming week and, kind of flushing the bad taste in our mouth. And I was really pleased with our practice this week. Attendance, punctuality, effort, energy. Really proud of our kids and how they handled the adversity of the weather delays that we had throughout the week of practice. And I told them, I said, this is a great training for if we happen to have this kind of weather issue on Friday night. If we have multiple delays, our kids have been going through that all week in practice. We've come in from lightning and then gone back out and then come back in for lightning and then go back out, and our kids haven't missed a beat. So really proud of the way they've handled this week.
Great. All right. Tonight's the last game before we head into district play next week. Now, with the exception of Uvalde and Kennedy, who are 0-2 at the moment, everybody else has at least one loss, except for Memorial, who lost last night, so they're 1-2. How important is to get a victory tonight and go into district with a 2-1 record?
Record is not the big deal, but the big deal is getting some momentum and getting back on track, exercising some of those demons that creeped their head last week. I told some guys this week that there's three ways you can lose a football game. You can just flat get beat, you can beat yourselves, or you can allow someone to beat you. And I think last week was the latter of the three. I think we had everything going our way, and we didn't do anything out of bounds. It was all there for the taking, and it just kind of slipped away at the end. So we kind of allowed them to creep back in and take that ball game. So this game isn't about wins and losses. It's about coming out and executing for 48 minutes and getting back on track and not letting someone else creep back in.
All right, now we play Burnet Bulldogs for, like I said, it's homecoming night tonight for the Lockhart Lions. Who are the key players that y'all are looking at for this Bulldog team that y'all going to face tonight?
Well, they've got a very dynamic quarterback, number 11. He's young, but he's very athletic. He's very dynamic. He makes plays with his legs as well as throwing. And his favorite receiver is number 3, and he's got a highlight reel already after 2 ball games. So the two of them offensively, we're going to have to play real solid defense. We put a couple new schemes in and some new coverages to try to account for number 3, but we got to make sure that we don't break down up front either and let number 11 get loose. So those are the two on that side of the ball. And then on their defense, they've got some really good-looking kids, and number 60 really stands out. He plays nose guard for them. You never know when you play a team that bases out of one defense and how they're going to line up to a slot T, because they don't see it as often. Burnet's very familiar with slot T in the district they're in. They play with Canyon Lake and Liberty Hill, so they know how to line up to slot T. It's just a matter of year to year what new schemes they're coming up with to give us fits. But number 60 on defense is very impressive.
All right, Coach. How does the injury report look like for the Lockhart Lions? Are we at full strength, or do we have some nicks and bruises still?
Actually, at this point right now, I think after 2 ball games and 2 scrimmages, we're as full strength as we're going to be. I think we only have 1 kid out tonight, and we're not sure how long he'll be out. We're still waiting on some results from tests for him. But I think everybody else is full go back in action.
All right, Coach. Well, I'm going to let you get back to your team and get ready for tonight's homecoming night. Wish you the best of luck, and go Lions.
Thank you. Go Lions.
All right. And once again, you've listened to the Christ Market Coaches Corner. I'm Emilio Sarge Juarez, and stay tuned tonight for some homecoming action as the Burnet Bulldogs travel to Lockhart, take on the Lockhart Lions.
All right, well, we're back from that, and that was a good interview right there. Something that we're doing now is we're going to switch gears, go to another sport. We're also going to try to get with Coach Bothi here later with the volleyball, because they just won again, and I'll go over that here late in a little bit with the scores there. But first of all, we want to get he hates hearing this, but since he's not here, I can say it. Pretty much he is such a cornerstone of Lockhart sports that he has his own cross-country meet named after him. And this is cross-country and track coach Scott Hempenstill. He's been here for quite a long time, and we sat down and talked the other night, and this is what he had to say in his interview. This is Scott Smith with Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMAX Sports. I'm here with our cross-country and track coach, Scott Hempenstill. And, Scott, you've been here a long time.
I know you don't want me saying this, but you've been here so long, you have a meat named after you, which rightly so, whether you believe it should be or not. But the thing I want to ask is, you've had such great success. I am an ex-cross-country person myself, so I do follow. What can you say about the meets that you've had this year and what the kids have done for you?
So, pretty much this year is a reflection of the things that we've been doing the last 3 and 4 and 5 years, because it's kind of like you're planting a crop and you need it to grow and come to fruition, and so it's now bearing fruit. And so the process that started 2 and 3 and 4 years ago with some of these kids is actually now we're seeing the reward of what we've done, the hard work. So really, I want to give a lot of the credit to the kids that laid the foundation the previous 2 and 3 classes, because even though they're not here, they did all the little things to make this all possible. And so where we're at now, we're very fortunate, because we've had the things, a bunch of things in place, and now we've got a really good group of kids, and so we're having some pretty nice success.
Awesome. Okay, the next question, and that's kind of where I came from. That is how, as we talked before we got on here, our coach was, where he wanted the older guys to teach the right way of doing things, and we kind of carried on the torch, and we didn't want to be that class that let everybody down, and so everybody just works for that common goal, and I love that about you and what you do with the kids. I also see you guys running in my neighborhood all the time, so I know these kids are running. Second question, goals for the rest of the year. What are the goals for you and your team?
So this is a little bit of a bizarre answer, but this is what we try to focus on. We never really focus on outcomes, we focus on process. So our process is it's the day-to-day details of what we're doing, the way we train, the way we exercise, the way we warm up, the way we warm down, the way we handle our it's just everything's about the process. And so our goals then are the obvious ones. We'd like to be district champions. This year we'd like to make it back to the state meet. You never know, but it's a possibility to win regional, and it's even always a possibility to medal at state or do more. But I really don't like to get ahead mentally with kids and say, okay, we're trying to win the state meet. We're more about the process of, what do we need to do tomorrow morning? And tomorrow morning we need to do like 3 easy miles because it's Friday morning, and get ready, make sure our bags are packed, everything's ready. So on Saturday we can take care of business Saturday. So even though the district is literally 4 weeks from tomorrow, and regional is about 10 days after that, and state's another 10 days, so we're only talking about 7 weeks until the state meet. Our main focus always is the process and taking care of the smallest details every single day, and hopefully all that will add up to the biggest picture, which is, of course, you'd like to win state championships or create state champions.
All right, now the next question, it's the second to last question. The last one's always the easy one, but kids on this team that have surprised you, have come, maybe produced better than what you expected, and just a few names of the boys, girls, whomever, that have really jumped out, that have caught your attention.
So although my top runners are not seniors, I first always think you build a program around the seniors, and so we have a really nice class of older kids. They can't quite be our top runners, but they're really leaders in the locker room. They're leaders when we warm up. They're leaders at the meet. So I want to give the most credit to the oldest kids, who I'm very proud of for their work ethic and the way they lead our other kids. So first of all, to the seniors. Then my juniors, I have a class of 3 juniors, and they're actually right now our number 1, 2, and 3 runners. And so they're tremendous. They still need to work on better leadership, but they're tremendous runners. And next year they're going to inherit the mantle of being the leaders. And as far as surprise, well, I don't know if it's a surprise when you run a 450 mile as an 8th grader, but Anthony Parra, he's really been quite a runner for a freshman. Last week was the first time I ran him in a varsity race, and of almost 200 runners in the varsity race and 500 runners in JV and varsity, he finished like 21st place. So he's very nice amount of talent and good work ethic, and a great student in the classroom. So really proud of him. But again, all our kids are doing something to contribute. So one of my thoughts is this: nobody rides our wagon. Everybody helps pull the wagon. So every single kid that we have that runs cross country and helps us in the track side of things is going to contribute in some way. And so I'm really proud of every single kid we have running.
Very good, and that is another thing that you and my cross-country coach had a lot in common, was that everybody on any given day, one of those runners is going to do something that was not expected, and they're going to carry the torch, whereas maybe someone had a cramp or hurt themselves or whatever. The next person had to step up, and again, I love the way you do things. It's almost scary to see your kids running around town in the mass group that they run in, because you think maybe there's a fire and everybody's trying to get away. I don't know, but it's awesome to see. And being an ex-cross-country person, I love what I see when I watch these people run around town. My last question is always the easiest for everyone out there, and that is anybody that you want to give a shout out to, loved ones, family, teachers, coaches, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, once again, it's probably not what you're expecting, but it's been 3 years since I lost my high school coach. His name was Richard Miller, and he passed away at 75. And he basically was, when you think of the word coach, in my mind, I think of Coach Miller. And it was surprising to me because when I was in high school, he was 40 years old, and I was 18 or 20 or 16, 17, 18 when he was just in his early 40s. And I never really thought there'd be a day I would lose him. So I was blessed to have that man, because without him, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to run at the University of Texas. I certainly wouldn't have been the coach that I am. Much of the way I train kids, much of my philosophies came from this man. And so it's rarely a week that goes by I don't really think about how blessed I was to have had this man influence me, because not only did he influence me, he influenced all the other kids that he coached, and he influenced the kids that I coach. And so I would have to say Coach Miller. I was very blessed to have him as a coach.
All right, well, this is Scott Hempestill. He is, again, the cross country. He does some track there as well. The kids, you see him. If there's kids running, you see him. Anytime you see a kid running. I appreciate what you do. Every time we sit and talk, I learn something new. And I wish you the best of luck of the rest of the season. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, that was Coach right there, and I tell you what, that guy's dynamic. That's all there is to it. Now, real quickly, before we get all busy with the national anthem and everything, I've got 3 players that I talked to before the game. None of them talked over a minute. So here's the first one, senior Daquan Ellison, offensive player of the game last week. Here he is.
This is Scott Smith here with Lion Country Broadcast Network, KMAX Sports through Vype Magazine. I am here with senior Daquan Ellison. Daquan, this is your senior homecoming. What are your thoughts about tonight's game?
Well, I'm really excited. We're going to go out there and destroy it, really.
Okay, question number 2 for homecoming night is, as a senior, what are your goals and what are you trying to accomplish this year?
To reach over 2,500 yards in the season, a whole bunch of touchdowns.
Very good. And then the last one, the easy one. Who do you want to give a shout out to tonight?
My grandma, my dad, basically my whole family, and everybody behind me.
Very good. Sir, I know you're busy. I'm going to let you go. Thank you tonight, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, well, that was Daquan Ellison. I said it was nice and easy. Here comes basketball senior Devin Clark, who's turned into a 6'5" safety and wide receiver. So here we have Devin Clark and what he had to say before the game.
This is Scott Smith, Lion Country Broadcast Network, KMAX Sports. I have 6'5" senior Devin Clark, safety with me, wide receiver. Tonight's homecoming. What are your thoughts about tonight's game?
Obviously a dub, but I would like to get an interception or 2, maybe some receptions on the offensive side.
Very good. Now, senior season goals. What do you want to accomplish before this season is over?
Practice on Thanksgiving, make it to the playoffs.
Very good. Last one's the easy one. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
Shout out to my pops.
Very good. Devin, I appreciate you for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right. That one was Devin Clark. And again, not only is he a great football player, but he's a pretty darn good basketball player too. and we went against the grain tonight, or I did anyways, is the first underclassman that we've ever interviewed in a scenario like this. And he deserves an interview because he's such a great player and has been for quite a while. Junior middle linebacker Eddie Tukar, and this is what he had to say tonight.
This is Scott Smith with Lion Country Broadcast Network, and we're going to talk with our first underclassman, Eddie Tukar, middle linebacker. Eddie, junior homecoming night, what are you expecting?
Hopefully a great outcome with the dub. We'll go and see how it goes. Hopefully the weather plays in our favor. We'll see.
All right, second question. With this being just your junior year, you got another one coming back. What are your goals for your junior year?
I want to come closer with my team, become closer like a family, and hopefully come out with a positive record this year. Set the tone.
All right, and then the easy one. Who do you want to give a shout out to?
My mama, of course. Got to love my mama, Michelle Vasquez.
Very good. Thank you, sir, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right, and there is Eddie Tukar. Now, if this guy doesn't do anything outside of high school, he needs to get into broadcasting. He's got the personality, and interviewing him, I've never seen anybody more comfortable than what I had with him. A real quick shout-out and then some volleyball scores. First of all, the guy that's always given me the scores in volleyball, Rudy Cadillo, wanted to give a shout-out to his old coach, Hempenstill. And I had himself and Miss Kranz. Thank you very much. I always appreciate when these two are sending me scores. But it looks like, and I'm going to go in reverse order just because this is how I'm going to scroll backwards. The last game was 25-18. The girls won. That was the close game. And then you go to the second game, which was 25-9. And then I was told in the first game it was 25-8, and the girls spotted Reagan the first 5 points on airs, and they end up winning 25-8. So that's volleyball. They're still undefeated, and hopefully we'll be talking to their coach really soon tonight. Now I'm going to hand it back off to my buddy here. Emilio, what do you have for me?
Well, I got a couple of season stats so far already. I know we're only 2 games into the season, but leading in the rushing department, it's no surprise, Daquan Ellison. In 2 games, he's racked up 381 yards. He's carried the ball for a total of 43 times and has scored 6 touchdowns in 2 games, which is an amazing feat in itself. Right behind Daquan Ellison is Jesus Aldana. He's carried the ball for 244 yards on 25 carries and has 1 score for himself. And you know what? As a team, Scott, Lockhart has a total of 764 yards on 92 total carries, and if they keep rushing the ball like they did the first 2 games, they're going to surpass the 1,000-yard mark tonight. And all they'll need is 231 yards to do it, and I think it'll be possible because they're averaging close to 350 per game so far.
Well, it's hard to believe that we're 1-1 with that kind of rushing totals going on there because you don't see that. Again, this is a young football team. We talked the first game about how I think we got 2 returning starters that start, and the rest of them were all JV guys last year, and they're young players at that. So that's, you're going to learn, and we did. And I honestly believe tonight we bounce back and we make amends for the last game we played.
Yes, definitely. And one of the things that struck me the most during Coach Herman's Christ Market Coaches Corner is when I asked him, what was the mood during the week after suffering the Taylor loss, and what he said surprised me as being such a young team. He said by the time they got on the bus, they're already talking about Burnet. They were looking already past this loss, and for a young team, it probably would sink in, especially if you lost in the last, I believe there was like 14 seconds left in the contest, and when Taylor had scored, and that was going to be the ball game right there. So for this young team to look past that and move on and start thinking about the next game, which is tonight here for homecoming against the Burnet Bulldogs, as they're getting on the bus, that says a lot for this young team. And not just that, but the juniors and the seniors that's been there before, I'm pretty sure they had a lot to get these young guys, these sophomores, because this team is loaded with sophomores who have great talent, and we're going to be looking forward to seeing them the next 2.5 years now. But it's just a great testament to what Coach Herman has done for this team. This is his 6th year as a coach, and these kids have responded to him, and they've responded to him greatly. And then you take a look at Coach Hippensteel, who's not looking at the big picture, as he said, but looking at the little picture. He goes, everything's a process in what he does as a coach. And it's the same thing with Coach Herman. Everything he does, it's a process. It goes from one day to the next, just like Coach Hippensteel was saying. And you look at 82 Car, he's only a junior. He wants to set the tone. And I think this young man right here, who's just a junior also, is going to be doing a lot of setting the tone on the defense side of the ball, because he is a beast on the defensive side. And it's going to be great to see how this team's going to bounce back. And, of course, they're going to need a win tonight before they head into district play next week when Medina Valley comes to Lions Field. And the last 2 years, Lions have lost to Medina Valley in the fourth quarter. They've lost those games. But tonight, it's about the Burnet Bulldogs. The Panthers are going to have to wait another week. And as we get set, Lockhart Lions looks like they're going to be coming out of their tunnel.
Well, it just amazes me the types of coaches we have in this school. I mean, we have got some quality coaches. And, when you talk about 82 Car, standing there talking to the kid, again, the passion, the love he has for this game. And the whole time he was talking, I'm sitting there, because he had that half shirt thing going on, I'm sitting there thinking, if I had my clothes right now, I could just wash my clothes right here on the stomach. I was like, my God, this kid is ripped. He is just a specimen. And to think he's just a junior.
Yeah.
So they've run onto the field. Things are getting ready to go. Our producer is about to sing with some of her choir friends, and they're going to sing the national anthem, and we'll turn the mic up and everything for that as it gets ready to go.
Yes, most definitely. And one of the things that 82 Car talked about is being a family. And that's what it is. People say, oh, we're just a team. No, you have to be a family, because you fight for each other. You protect each other, you defend each other, and you're there for everybody, each other. So that's a family right there, and that, just like you said, set the tone.
All right, well, everybody's getting themselves around. I'm going to turn on this little volume thing here.
With the singing of the national anthem.
So we'll get ready to go here.
Lockhart High School Air Force Junior ROTC color guard and carrying the the American flag is Cadet.
Well, and again, as I have said numerous times, it is amazing to me the singers that we have in this school district. One thing that we're trying to do, and I know it makes her nervous as heck and everything else, is we're trying to get McKelty more involved. What AJ doesn't realize is when he comes back, he's going to be doing the same thing. But with his personality, I don't think it's going to be an issue. But McKelty has been leading us into commercial breaks and things like that, and we really appreciate that. She doesn't know how much we really appreciate
definitely.
her because we're always teasing her and stuff. But she does a fantastic job, and to put a high school student that is that shy on the spot and make her talk, I think she's done a good job, and I think we're only going to get better out of her as well.
Yes, definitely. I see her running down the track. She's ready to come up here. She's probably thinking, man, I hope they don't mess it up. No, but definitely great rendition of the singing of the national anthem, and you know it was beautifully done. And you know every time I hear the national anthem, it tugs at my heart because me being a former military serviceman myself and now a disabled veteran, you know I hold that song tight, you know, dearly to my heart because I help defend the country and help give everybody the freedom that they sleep at nighttime, as I have the very same freedom to sleep at nighttime with other service members that are serving after I have served. So it's always a great song, and like I said, it gives me the chills. And then for the way they sang it, them chills gave me goosebumps.
Oh wow!
I got goosebumps. But you know, it was a great song, and as the captains for the Lions and the captains for the Burnet Bulldogs are out in midfield, and I could almost say that Lockhart's going to be kicking to start the game, and Burnet will receive. Well, the only question is which side will Burnet defend?
Right, exactly. So I'm looking over there at the sideline. We talked about numbers of the teams we've played. This looks like the smallest number of people. That's not a very large number of kids.
No, it's not. It's not, and I'm glad you recognize that because I looked on the roster and they had 37 kids suited up. And that doesn't look like 37 kids, you know, 37 players out there. But it's going to be one of those Travis Rebels things. But then again, we thought the same with Taylor last week. And it's one of those things that Coach Herman had mentioned as we wait.
Well, I think I think we did just what you said we were going to do.
Okay.
I didn't see it for sure, but I think we're kicking off. So, you know, McKelty's back, and she ran all the way up here. We ought to make her talk right now because she's probably out of breath.
She can be out of breath. She's only in high school.
So it does look as though we're going to kick off. As usual, Alfredo James is going to be kicking off. Now, the funny thing is, Eduardo Ponce, another one of our kickers, he's more of that, I call it the toe poke, where that guy's got legs. I tell you what, I'll put his legs up against any big red tree I've ever seen. And when he toe pokes that thing, it travels. And, you know, as far as James, he's a good kicker. He's an accurate kicker, but he's more of the accuracy than he is the leg strength.
Yes.
So we've got two really good kickers. We're about ready to start out. It's going to be Burnet in their white helmets, their white jerseys, their green pants, green socks, and the green trim. We're in our maroon helmets, our maroon tops, our white bottoms, and we have the white trim. And we're about ready to start this baby off.
Yes, and just like Coach Herman mentioned at the Christ Market Coach's Corner, these kids got to be ready to play 48 minutes of football, which is something that didn't happen last week. And like I said, they've moved on from that, and we're excited to see how Lockhart's going to come out and really want that W today because we need it.
Well, it looks like, and again, it's a good thing I have my glasses with me and I'd not be able to read this roster, but it looks like number 22, Devontae Miller, and number 15, Braden Howell will be back deep to receive. I'm not real sure they're going to see the ball, though, because I have a feeling we're going to see more of the kind of pooch kick variety here. I could be wrong.
And as you're listening to us on Lion Country Broadcast Network, Lockhart Lions going to be going from left to right, north to south, and the Burnet Bulldogs are going to be defending the south end zone, and they'll be going from right to left.
That's actually Henson that gets the ball. It's going to fumble, and there's a mad scramble, but they did recover. Henson did pounce on it, and it looks like it was number 32, David Garcia, the senior, who got there to pounce on him.
Also, George Renteria was in there as well, creating what we've looked at and we've seen the last 2 weeks is hard tackling by the Lockhart Lions. And The returner bobbled it and picked it up and paid the price for it for not catching it on the first hop.
So they're going to have 1st and 10. It looks like they're going to be at their own 18-yard line, and here we go. They're in their spread. They've got 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As we said, the sophomore Jackson Denton in the backfield shotgun formation with a single back. There's the handoff to the right. Around the corner it goes, and he gets stacked up. He didn't get much of anything, if anything at all, and I'm trying to find out who got there. It almost looks like it was number 32, David Garcia again.
Also, I see 2-car coming up, and that was number 5, Silver Henson, on the run around the far side. Not getting much at all. Actually only getting maybe a yard and a half on the run.
Well, they're set to go again. This time they've got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, 1 in motion. They hit him on the swing pass. He breaks through to the left. He's going to turn around. It's the favorite wide receiver they were talking about. He brings it out to the 40-yard line. They hit him on stride. 1st and 10 for Burnet to the 40.
Yes, Blake Burkhalter got that ball, just almost looked like a backwards pass, but followed his blockers around to the near side, came down in front, cut back up, but also taking a hard hit as he was getting tackled.
Okay, we got 1 receiver to the right. Everything's kind of bunched up there. Denton with the ball. He's going to roll out right. He's looking. He finds his receiver over the middle for the 1st down. Again, this time it's number 7, and that looks like it's Luke Kaiser that makes the catch. So they're moving the sticks again. They're down to the 46 of Lockhart.
Yes, Lockhart did a great job back in the backfield with the defensive backs covering the deep receivers, but Luke just found a spot right there inside the middle, and the quarterback was able to find him for a 1st down.
All right, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Burnet Bulldogs, and they're at the 46 of Lockhart. 2 receivers to the right. Jackson going to run this time right up the middle with a draw, and number 88 is there. That is Chris Cadell.
Great pressure up front for Chris Cadell, who got through the offensive line and into the backfield while the quarterback was trying to juke and jive, and Chris Cadell was able to get him there and bring him down for a 1-yard gain, 2-yard gain.
So it's 2nd and 8. The ball's at the 44 of Lockhart. Their favorite receiver, Burkhalter, is closest to us. There's 2 to the right, 1 to the left. H-back, moving from right to left. Oh, there's a fumble snap, and Denton's able to jump onto it, and look who's on top of it.
Eddie 2-car. Eddie 2-car, the first man in the back to make the tackle in the backfield. Actually, the quarterback, all he could do was drop on the football, and once again, number 88, Chris Cadell, is back there as well also, but Eddie 2-car got there before he did.
Well, Chris Cadell looks pretty tall. I mean, from here, he looks really tall out there.
It's like we're seeing eye level, and we're about 50 feet up.
Exactly.
So
9:30 to go here in the 1st quarter. They got 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're playing Jaws music right now. Denton, shotgun formation. He's going to fake the handoff, throwing over the middle, intercepted! That is Alex Thompson, the junior. He's bringing it to the 45, to the 40, to the 30,
one man to
down to the 20, to the 15.
Oh, he's going to be dragged out.
What an interception there by Alex Thompson, the junior cornerback.
Yes, great awareness by Alex right there to get in front of the throw. The quarterback, Jackson, didn't even see him. He had his eyes set on the receiver, and Alex Thompson just kept his eyes on the quarterback and jumped right in front of it and intercepted the ball and taking it all the way down to 12, but there is a penalty on the play.
Uh-oh. Well, what's amazing about Thompson's interception is he was running away from the pass. That's a hard interception to come down with.
Yes, Lockhart's going to get called on a holding penalty, but they're going to maintain possession of the football. Bad news, they're not going to have it at the 22. They're going to have it further on back. But big story, Lockhart defense stepped up, intercepts the pass, and it's Lockhart ball in Burnet territory.
Well, and not only that, they're bringing it way back, so they're just adding to Daquan Ellison's yard totals here. Going to be 1st and 10 at midfield. And here comes Jaden Garza, the junior quarterback, who's had a fine season already. Yeah, he's throwing 50% this year.
Yeah, 50%, 2 touchdown passes with only 1 pick.
So we got one guy. That guy with the interceptions way out left, he's probably winded right now. Man in motion. They're going to pitch it out to Aldana around the left side. Here he goes. He's out to the 45. Gains about 6 before he's brought down there. And I cannot see the number, so it looks like that was number 40. That is Tracer Park.
Yes, great run by Aldana, who usually runs his best when he goes around the outside. He was able to get out there. The defense was able to contain the outside, and he was able to cut back in and still get positive yardage. Picks up 6 on the run.
Spencer Nelson brings the play in. We'll see what we have in store for us now. It's going to be a tight formation. I'm almost calling Daquan Ellison. No, it's going to be to Noah. Noah straight up the middle. I think he got about 2. We'll see. Noah is going to be 2 yards shy of the first down, so a 2-yard gain for him. He's the sophomore blocking sensation out of the backfield. So here we are. It is 3rd and 2 from the 42 of Burnet. Or Burnet, I'm sorry.
Burnet.
I got to get used to that. Someone said that to me earlier today, and I thought, are you sure?
Good thing we don't play Elgin or
no,
Elgin.
Yeah, no kidding. So here's
quarterback keeper up the middle.
Yep, Jaden trying to fight his way, and it looks like he got the first down and then some, down to about the 40-yard line. So there we go. They moved the sticks. We got 7:47 to go here in the first quarter. No score on the board, as we heard from Emilio, the interception by Thompson, and now we're turning the field and going the other way.
You know, great play by Coach Herman to call the quarterback sneak, as, of course, they're looking for a run around the outside, and Jaden Garza gets the snap and goes straight forward for a Lockhart line first down.
Tight formation, handoff to Quan Ellison. They ran into each other, and number 33, I got to find his number. That's Zach Ferguson. He led the team in tackles last year. He was around DeQuan before he even got out of the backfield, so we lose a yard. So a little bit of a mix-up there between DeQuan and Jaden.
They ran into each other in the backfield and got their plays crossed up, but makes a 2nd and 11 on the 1-yard loss, but great pressure up front by number 33, Zach Ferguson.
Yep. And here we go. Tight formation again. They're going to pitch it out to DeQuan to the left side. He gets tripped around. There's a flag down. He only got about a yard, maybe 2, but there is a flag, and I have a feeling they're going to back us up a little further. Got to see what the penalty is. So right now, you know, we had things going, and there's that flag that kind of stops us in our tracks, but we're out of sync right now offensively.
Yes, definitely. And, you know, it was a flag that kept us from starting at the Burnet 22 that brought us back all the way back to the 50 off the interception. Now we get a holding penalty called, so we're going to be looking at another 10-yard penalty, which is going to move us back. So instead of 3rd down and 11, we're going to be looking at 2nd down and 21.
We did bring in Devin Clark, the 6'5" kid that we interviewed before the game, basketball player turned football. They're going to fake the pitch. They're going to roll out right. Garza throws it. Aldana can't hold on to it. It's thrown a little high. It's incomplete, so it's 3rd and 21. He was trying to hit Aldana. It was just a little high.
Just a little bit high, and that knocks him down underneath the 50% passing rating for the season.
And then we have your old baseball player in the game, Richard Moya, the sophomore who made a spectacular catch in that first game. And it looks like we have somebody down.
Well, I think this will be the best time so we could take our first quick break of tonight's game. Oh, he's getting right back up. Well, I guess we'll call a timeout for that break. It was number 35, Jalen Laidler.
Yeah,
he was down on the sideline. He popped up and might have just got the wind knocked out of him or something.
And he's one of the key players they talked about on this team.
Yeah.
So here we go, 3rd and 21, 6:36 to go in the first quarter. There is no score. The ball is at the 49-yard line of Lockhart.
And look who's in the game for this first varsity start.
Datron Ellison.
Datron Ellison.
Man in motion. They're going to pitch it out. Oh, my, nice. They're going to throw it. Datron is wide open, and he makes the catch. Too bad we're not playing in the pros. He'd have gone for a touchdown. So it was Aldana who rolled around the right. Everybody was there to make the tackle on him, and he let one fly, and Detron Ellison makes a beautiful catch. Good thing he's back.
Right off the bat, Jesus Aldana throws a 34-yard pass to Detron Ellison, who sees his very first play tonight, comes up with a great catch. Had to come back to it, but still made a great catch.
And we got a man out left. They're going to go in motion. Jaden's going to keep it around the left side. He cuts up the middle. He's inside the 10 down to the 4-yard line. It looks like we're going to have first and goal at the 4 or 5, somewhere in that ballpark.
They're going to mark him down at the 5-yard line, but nonetheless, great run by Jaden Garza, who was looking to pitch it to Jesus Aldana. Saw the defense covering for that outside run. Left a big hole for Garza to run right through there. Gets 10 yards, a first down. First down, go from the 5-yard line.
Every time I see that, I think of Remember the Titans. Read the tackle, make the pitch. This time he kept it, and he went around the corner, did it himself. So he'll have a tight formation, first and goal from the 5. They're going to go Daquan Ellison up the middle. And man, what a play. And that was Coach talked about this kid, Roger Craig. He played for the San Francisco 49ers a long time ago. But Roger Craig was in that backfield and made a great play, stopping us with no gain.
No gain on the run right there. And, you know, it's amazing. Daquan's carried the ball twice and only picked up 1 yard so far. So,
well, and that's Barry Sanders just waiting to happen.
Yes, definitely.
5:05 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Lockhart's knocking on the door. Second to goal from the 5. Jaden Garza under center. Man in motion to the left. They're going to pitch it out to Aldana. My gosh, this defense from Burnet is really good on the run. They are stringing us out. We lost yards on that one.
Definitely. That was Blaine Burkhalter, the outstanding receiver for the Burnet Bulldogs playing defense. He was able to stretch that play out to the sideline and bring down Aldana for a loss.
So we're now at third and goal from the 9. And, you know, we got to win it or back. But, gosh, we want 6. We don't want to look for 3.
Definitely.
So we're going to, again, Coach is one of those, he wants to run clock, chew yards, and score points. Garza under center. They're going to roll out. No, they don't roll out right. They give it to Aldana around the left side. He spins off a couple guys, but he only gets a couple yards. This Burnet defense is for real against the run.
Yes, definitely. They've done their homework, as Coach Herman talked about. They're used to playing against the slot T formation against Liberty Hill and Canyon Lake. So it just depends on the scheme of the whole offense and what the defense has to bring in to stop the slot T.
So it looks like fourth and goal. And they're at about the 7-yard line.
The field goal kicker coming in, number 17, Alfredo Jaimes. Sophomore field goal kicker for the Lockhart Lions.
And is that Jackie Edwards? Yep, Jackie Edwards is going to be holding it, looks like. I'm starting to call fake field goal with Jackie on the field. I don't know. We'll see. Because he's not usually the holder. It's usually Sosa.
Right.
And he's the backup quarterback, sophomore, Jackie Edwards.
And from what I've heard from Jackie, he's got a tremendous arm. He's got a great arm. But as a sophomore, his time will come to lead these Lions here in the next couple of seasons.
And they kick it. And it is good. So what was that, about a 23-yarder?
That was a 26-yarder.
26-yard field goal by Jaimes is good, making it 3-0 with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. That's probably a good time for a break for a commercial.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMAX Sports with Vype Magazine.
At first, Lockhart National Bank reward you with First Star Rewards Checking, where you earn on your rewards checking balance, get free ATM refunds nationwide, plus so much more. Come on by one of our locations in Lockhart, Kyle, or South Austin to visit with one of our bankers to see how you can get started earning rewards today. You can also check us out online at firstlockhart.com.
All right, we're back here in Lockhart, where Lockhart has jumped out to a 3-0 lead. It had its exciting moments, and then it had its not so exciting moments. But I will say this for this 4A school, they understand our offense, and they have really stopped our run. We're going to have to maybe throw the ball a little bit to make something happen.
Most definitely, and we saw that with Jesus Aldana on the trickery play for the Lockhart Lions and picked up the big game, which was able to get us inside the distance for a field goal.
Jaimes with a great kick over the shoulder it goes, and into the end zone it goes. So much for Pooch Kicks as he put that one in the end zone where it was fielded by number 3, and that is Blaine Burkhalter. So they'll have 1st and 10 at their own 25 with 3:05 to go here in the first quarter. Lockhart on top, 3-0.
Yes, to go back on that scoring drive for the Lockhart Lions, of course, it was set up by the halfback pass, but during that halfback, while Jesus Adano was running towards the near side of us, he had a whole bunch of traffic in front of him. He had to maneuver around, but still had enough time to make the throw, even though he didn't throw it as far as he wanted to. But Datron Ellison, on his first play for varsity this season, was able to adjust and make a nice catch and get the Lions into a scoring distance.
All right, they got twin receivers, actually 3 to the right, 2 to the left. They're going to throw right out. Intercepted by Adam Romero to the 20, to the 10. Adam Romero for the touchdown. The basketball point guard turns into a cornerback and a pick 6.
2 passes in a row from Jackson Denton. The last 2 passes he's thrown has been intercepted. One by Alex Thompson, who took it all the way down to the 22, called back for a penalty. This time, Adam Romero picks the pass off on an overthrown pass. Nobody in front of him, makes it all the way into the end zone for a Lockhart Line touchdown.
And here comes the extra point. It's going to be James again. Jackie Edwards is apparently the holder now. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it looks good. Oh, he hit the post. Oh, my gosh, did it go in? It did go in. Hey, it's better to be lucky than good sometimes.
Sometimes a good pinball game is all you need. But that is going to take the score now. 10-0, Lockhart Lions leading with 2:55 here to go in the first quarter. And Lions going to be set to kick the ball off once again. And I guess we could take a real quick break and on a short commercial. And you listen to Lockhart Line Football, and take it away, McKelty.
And KMAX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Meitler Storage is locally owned by Angela and Darren Meitler since 2002. Meitler Storage is just off Highway 142 in Maxwell, Texas, across from the Valero. For an appointment, call 512-398-7100. Your business is always appreciated. And a reminder, once a Lion, always a Lion. Go Lions!
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas. Homecoming night here in Lockhart. 10-0 with 2:55 to go here in the first quarter. Adam Romero, point guard of the basketball team, playing cornerback for the team here in football, picks it off, runs it 35 yards back to pay dirt, making it 10-0. And then James, who's been the busiest worker of the night, getting ready to kick off again.
Most definitely. Great return by Adam Romero.
Nice high kick. And it's going to go out of bounds, though, so they're going to get a little extra yardage out of this.
Yes, with that, let's go and take a Meitler Storage game break and talk about the scores from around District 14, 5A Division 2, as the Kennedy Rockets are hosting Harlandale Indians, and with 4:48 left to go in the second quarter, is Harlandale 28, Kennedy 6. Alamo Heights is taking on the Hornets at Alamo Heights, and Alamo Heights is leading with 5:37 left to go in the first quarter, 16-6. Tivy and Del Rio are 5:43 in the first quarter, still no score. Uvalde Coyotes are at Southwest High School Dragons. It's 2 minutes left in the first quarter with no score. Medina Valley 14 at Hondo 0. Last night's scores: Southside Cardinals defeated Memorial Minutemen 35-0, and Bernie Champion defeats MacArthur 50-0.
All right, here comes Denton. He hands it off around the corner. He tries to go. He gets strung out there. Nice defensive play. Eddie Tukar, and, oh, my gosh, Chris Cadell is having a game tonight.
He has. Chris Cadell is making a front runner. He won State Farm Bureau Defensive Player of the Game.
He's the right defensive end and made the tackle on the left defensive end side. What a player.
Definitely. And once again, here at Lockhart, it is Lockhart 10, Bulldogs 0.
So it's 2nd and 11. And right now, sophomore quarterback Jackson Denton seeing a massive defensive front. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Shotgun, he's going to throw. He's going deep over the middle. It is caught. Nice catch by number 22. That is Devontae Miller. They're going to run. They're running and shooting. They're coming out throwing. It's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Lockhart, and the guys with the sticks can't even keep up.
Definitely, and Devontae took a hit from number 3, Datron Ellison, as he caught the ball but was able to hold on to a great catch by that young man.
You think Datron's excited to be back?
Oh, yeah.
2 men to the left, 2 men to the right, 1 back in the backfield. He's going to draw a play up the middle to quarterback Jackson. Oh, Denton gets hit by Sosa. Actually, no, that wasn't Sosa. That was number 57, Henry Mendoza.
Yes, definitely. And as you saw, Caleb Daniels was the guy who they faked the handoff to start the playoff, and 82 car ran right over him in the backfield. Too bad he didn't have the ball in his hand, or else it would have been a loss of yardage.
2nd and 6. It's at the 36-yard line of Lockhart. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to hand it off right up the middle, and he gets a hole. He's breaking free. He's down to the 22-yard line. They may mark him even further. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 22, and I did not catch who the running back was. Let me look. Number 10, Marcus Escamilla, and it's a 1st and 10. They're moving the ball now, and they're ready to roll again. Here they go. Throw pass to the right. He's going to try to get around the corner. He does, gets knocked out of bounds, and they're moving the ball right now.
Eddie Tukar was out there to knock him out, as well as number 9, Caleb Jennings.
So it is 2nd and 5. They're down to the 17-yard line. They got the 1 receiver to the left, 1 to the right. Here comes the snap. It's going to be the handoff up the middle. He's got another big hole to run through. Eddie Tukar at the ankles of him, and that is, again, Marcus Escamilla.
They're close to a 1st down. Of course, they got to get to the 13, the 12-yard line for the 1st down, and they're just shy of that, about half a yard.
Say 3rd and inches. They got 3 receivers, 2 on the right, 1 on the left. I think they're probably going to give it right to the same kid, or the quarterback's going to run. And they give it right back to him again. Up the middle he goes, 1st and 10 and more. He's down inside the 10.
All the way down to the 8-yard line.
We're getting a heavy dose of Escamilla right now.
Right now, the Lockhart Lions defense is back on their heels right now.
That is the end of the first quarter. That was a quick first quarter.
It sure was.
So the end of the first quarter is the Lockhart Lions 10, the Burnet Bulldogs 0. We'll switch sides of the field, and we're going to take a commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Johnny & Sons Paint and Body has been Lockhart's premier collision repair and auto body shop since 1967. Certified I-CAR standard, the highest ranking in the collision industry. For all your collision needs, come by and see Johnny & Sons, 400 Blackjack in Lockhart. Johnny & Sons Paint and Body. We won't steer you wrong. For over 15 years, Raina Drywall and Paint has been serving Lockhart and the surrounding counties. We are experienced in all phases of construction. You can count on us for any exterior or interior painting job. Call 512-925-0634 to schedule an appointment with Raina Drywall and Paint today.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas. It's homecoming night. We are in the second quarter already. It's 10-0. But the Burnet Bulldogs, we've had a heavy dose of Escamilla in the running game, and right now we're on our heels, and we need to find an answer.
Definitely, and I think the end of the first quarter was a perfect timing because it slowed this game down for the Lockhart Lion defense to get their feet set and ready for the next play.
Now, they are still in a spread, but they're very tight in their formation. One guy to the right, and he's fairly tall, and that's the man that made the great catch. That's Miller. Now they're going to send another guy to the outside. They're going to run Jackson up the middle. Denton, he keeps it. He moves it down. That was Sosa with the tackle.
Sosa with a hard hit on the quarterback.
2nd and goal down to 7. Down to the 7.
Great play for the Burnet Bulldogs, catching Lockhart Lions thinking they're going to pass, and quarterback Jackson quarterback keeper straight up the middle, but Sosa was right there to stop him in his tracks.
Denton again. He's going to run again to the left side. He goes. Around the corner he goes, and he might find the end zone, and he does. Nobody even touched him. So with 11:21 to go in the first quarter or second quarter now, that makes it 10-6.
Yes, definitely. That's one of the things that Coach Herman talked about at the Christ Market Coaches Corner. He said the quarterback is athletic. He can throw the ball, and he can move. His legs is his biggest weapon. And right there it just showed us he was going for another quarterback draw and was able to scoot outside and inside the pylon for a Burnet Bulldog touchdown.
Looks like Jose Salazar on the kick. The snap is there. The kick is up, and it looks pretty good from here. And it is. So that'll make it 10-7. So with 11:21 to go here in the first half of play, it's Lockhart 10, the Burnet Bulldogs 7, and we're going to go to another commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Let First Lockhart National Bank reward you with First Star Rewards Checking, where you earn on your rewards checking balance, get free ATM refunds nationwide, plus so much more. Come on by one of our locations in Lockhart, Kyle, or South Austin to visit with one of our bankers to see how you can get started earning rewards today. You can also check us out online at firstlockhart.com.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas, 10-7 with 11:21 to go here in the first half. Want to give a shout out to our QA, Lynn DeSalvo. He is he's our QA tonight. We have not had Lynn before. Lynn, thank you very much for what you do. We appreciate you helping us and making sure we're on the air and sounding good.
Most definitely. It's going to be exciting to see Lockhart get their second possession of the game, as they only had the ball for 10 plays in that first quarter. Of course, we had the pick. And then we had the pick 6 from Adam Romero. Lockhart Lions are going to be able to get a second chance to get out here on this field here in the second quarter and see if we could move this football down the field and score some more points on the scoreboard before the half comes to an end.
So here's an interesting kick return group. We got Cortland Zambrano. He's another one of the basketball players. He's a very quick shooting guard. He's out there deep. We got number 9 who's out there, Caleb Jennings, who had a nice interception in the first game. Then you got the dynamic duo and the Ellison brothers right before him. So if you don't kick it out of the back of the end zone, you got to deal with the Ellisons.
Tough decisions.
And here's Salazar's kick. It's high and it's going to Detron Ellison. Detron fields it at the 12. He cuts to the left. He's in around the corner. He cuts to the middle. He gets tripped up and out to the 33-yard line. A shoestring catch and a nice return by Detron Ellison.
Most definitely. He was one tackle away, one juke away from taking it to the house, as that was number 3, Blaine Burkhalter, who's been the all-around guy on offense, defense, and now on special teams. If it wasn't for a shoestring tackle, Detron would have been running right into the locker room with that football for a Lion touchdown.
Well, and it's like Coach said, and you had just mentioned, if Burkhalter ever goes down to an injury, this team's in trouble. I mean, that kid has been Superman tonight. Tight formation, slot T, 11:13 to go here in the first half. They pitch it out to Daquan Ellison around the right side. He's got some blocking. He's going to gain some yards. He gets out to the first down. What a great run, and Noah was out there again blocking for him. Good job, team.
I just noticed Noah, as he was blocking in front of him, the defender kept running backwards, so Noah dove at him to push him out the way and give Daquan Ellison around the outside just for another Lockhart Lion first down.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Lockhart. Great blocking by Noah Garcia, the sophomore sensation at blocking. He runs the ball well, too, but, man, can that kid block.
Most definitely, and he's a definite force when he comes to blocking.
So here we are, tight formation again for Lockhart. 1st and 10, broken play. Garza's going to run around the left side. He's in some serious trouble, but he gets yardage out of it. We'll take that. Good job for Garza because half of the line didn't even move. Everybody just kind of waited. Where's the flags? There were no flags because the snap was there. It's just half of our team didn't move.
Most definitely. And, plays like that usually get stuck with a loss of yardage. Noah, Jaden Garza was able to get his quick thoughts into his mind and able to scoot down the near side, cross midfield, only picked up 4 yards, but 4 yards is better than losing yards on a broken play like that.
Here we go again. They're going to pitch it out to Daquan Ellison around the side again. He's going to the right. He cuts outside. He's down to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. Unfortunately, it's coming back because there's flags on the field. But great job. I think Lockhart may have found how we're going to beat this defense, but unfortunately, I think we were holding.
Oh, apparently, wow. That's the call that they're going to have. They're going to have on us.
I have never heard the officials on our speakers before. I think that's a first at Lockhart. I don't think I heard it all last year. So, anyways, what was an easy first down and some big yards for Daquan Ellison is now going to go back 10 yards. So we lose the first down. It's going to make it 2nd and very long.
like 2nd and 11 from the Lockhart line, 47-yard line.
So that we're already back to the line of scrimmage. We had a first down. It got taken away by the holding call. 2nd and 11, 10-16 to go first half. Garza talking to his line. They're all standing up.
I'll wait for the referee to get out the way.
All right. He's still standing over all of us. Our guys are like, sir, we're ready. All right, he gets out of the way now. Jaden gets under center. They're going to fake. Oh, no, they give the handoff. There goes Daquan Ellison. No, that's Datron Ellison to the 30, to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Datron Ellison with a 40-yard touchdown run at least.
No flags. I see no flags. That's a 53-yard scamper from Datron Ellison.
Holy cow, Datron Ellison came to play tonight. Oh, my. 10:02 to go, second quarter. 53-yard touchdown run by Datron Ellison.
His first carry of the season as a varsity football player. Datron travels 53 yards and almost headed into the locker room, just as I mentioned.
So they're going to set James up again for the field goal here, or the extra point. The kick is wide. I think he pushed it. No, he actually got it in. It looked like he had sideswiped it too much, but it gets inside the upright. So with 10:02 to go here in the second quarter, it's Lockhart 17, Burnet 7, thanks to Datron Ellison. We're going to take a commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Meitler Storage is locally owned by Angela and Darren Meitler since 2002. Meitler Storage is just off Highway 142 in Maxwell, Texas, across from the Valero. For an appointment, call 512-398-7100. Your business is always appreciated. And a reminder, once a Lion, always a Lion. Go Lions!
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas. And the sad thing about the slot T, you got to figure out who's got the ball first when you're announcing, so I can only imagine what a defense has to go through. And then by the time you figure out which one of the Ellison kids has the ball, they're so fast that they've already gained 30 yards, and you don't even get to tell the whole story because Datron Ellison, by the time I figured out he had the ball, he had already rushed for 15 yards, so I just picked it up halfway down the field. That kid was moving. He is excited to be here on varsity football tonight, and he is making a name for himself for offensive player of the game.
Yes, most definitely, and on homecoming night at that, too. I mean, he's only a junior, and it was exciting to see him coming back and touches the ball for a run on his first carry, scores a touchdown. Almost scores a touchdown on his first catch as well, too.
There's James's kick. It bounces. It's fielded there by Miller. Miller stepped the middle. He's going to cut back. Miller, a big, solid runner. He gets it out to the 33-yard line, and two players just took Adam Romero and threw him to the ground. Adam's not very happy, and me knowing Adam since I coach him in basketball, I can imagine he was not excited about being thrown to the ground like that. The coach is trying to get him off the field. Adam is a great athlete, but, boy, you get him fired up, he's ready to roll. You might see another pick six tonight.
Most definitely, and it's probably wild emotions for Burnet. You know, Adam did intercept the ball on a pick six, but it definitely was uncalled for by the Burnet players to have that extracurricular activity after the play was already over.
Well, now we've got two deep safeties. We're getting set up, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Coach is letting the referees know his opinion about what took place. Everybody's set up now. 9:54 to go here in the first half. 17-7 Lockhart. Jaws music in the background. Pretty good music for the type of defense we've been playing this year. But we have two deep safeties trying to protect. Denton's going to throw to the left. It's a quick hitter. He gets his man Miller. He's down the left side to the 50, down to the 45, crosses the 45, down to the 42. They're moving the sticks again with some quick passes.
Great block up front for the receiver that was right in front of him, number 22, Devontae Miller. Or actually, it was Keaton Rodriguez with the block to allow Miller to get through and gain a huge yardage on that play.
Well, they're trying to run they did run the play before the sticks even got set. They're running it up the middle. They pushed him back. It looks like he might have gotten a yard. And I want to say that was number 10, Escamilla again. It was.
Chris Cadell once again at the bottom of that pile. And Chris Cadell and Eddie Tukar side by side on opposite ends of the line of scrimmage, and they're really creating havoc up front on the runs.
Well, we have Caleb Jennings covering Miller. Miller is a big wide receiver, and we got to watch out for him. Up the middle is Escamilla. He pops to the outside. He's down to the 40. He cuts it back out. He cuts up the field. Oh, what a stick there by the man I just talked about, number 9, Caleb Jennings.
A great job by Caleb Jennings, who had a blocker in front of him. Caleb Jennings was able to shuck him off and push him to the ground, able to free himself up and make that tackle in open field.
3rd and 5, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. H-back, Escamilla behind the quarterback, Denton. And everybody's just kind of standing still. They throw the ball up, and it was Jennings who almost picked it off. And I'm not sure what happened. That's the second time this game to where people acted like they weren't ready for the play. But there is a flag.
There's a penalty flag. They're going to call Lockhart offsides.
So it was a freebie. Might as well throw it up and see what happens. 8:33 to go here in the first half. 17-7. Your Lockhart Lions are on top. And they're going to get an automatic first down, I believe. Yes, they do, as the ball's now down.
That's going to be enough to move the sticks.
Now down to the 34-yard line of Lockhart. So Lockhart always wants to have the lead before half, but it'd be nice to have a 10-point lead instead of a 3-point lead.
Definitely. And keep Burnet out of the end zone, even on a field goal, and get the ball back and chew up this clock and score another touchdown.
2 receivers to the left. They're going to hand off to Escamilla at the middle, and look who's there. My gosh. It is number 88, Chris Cadell, who says, I don't think so, and they lose a yard.
Sammy Ibarra was also there right after Chris Cadell made the stop. Ibarra was right there to help him make the tackle, and, great play by the senior Chris Cadell.
So here we go again. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And it looks like Denton's in the backfield by himself this time. 3 receivers to the left. He's looking quickly. He throws it. Miller with the catch. He's going to be brought down as soon as he catches it. No gain, maybe a gain of a yard. And that looks like it was Renteria maybe.
Yeah, that was Renteria out there. Great defensive play by Renteria.
Actually, that was Hernandez that made the Aiden Hernandez made that
Aiden
play.
Hernandez, excellent job by the young man who was able to get around the defender and make the tackle in the open field.
3rd and 11, a receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Denton and Escamilla in the backfield. 2-car showing he might blitz, but he doesn't. Denton's going to throw. His man drops it. Oh, my goodness. That'll make it 4th and 11.
Hit him right in the numbers and just bounced off of his shoulder pads. Incomplete pass. Would have been enough for a first down.
It would have. And I already can tell by Adam Romero's body language that he's ready to pounce on another interception. He's still not happy. 4th and 11. They're going to go for it. Might as well. You're on the road. You're playing a 5A school. You're down 10.
In the middle of the second quarter? Yes, definitely.
Oh, we jumped offside, so that's going to give him some yards. There's a lob pass. It's intercepted by Adam Romero, but he's out of bounds. Adam Romero could set a record for most interceptions in a game. He keeps this up. So there was a flag.
That's going to be offsides again on the defense.
Adam did his job. I mean, they threw it up for grabs because there was a penalty. But Adam said no, but when he made the interception, he was out of bounds. So they were offsides. Going to be 5 yards gain, so it's going to be a 4th and much shorter this time.
Yes, 4th and 6 for the Burnet Bulldogs.
So here we go, 7:13 to go in the first half. Burnet trying to make something out of this game here late in the second quarter. Denton, the sophomore quarterback, they're running that spread, but they're all tied up in there on the right side. He going to hand it off to Escamilla. No, he faked it. Oh, my gosh, look at that sack. First of all, it was our man, Chris Cadell. But then Alex Sosa came in and said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So Alex Sosa, the captain, and Cadell, who might as well be a captain after tonight. I mean, there isn't anything, and he hurt his hand, but he's still moving.
Yes.
But Cadell has done everything tonight.
He has, and I saw when he hurt his hand, he jumped to block the pass, and Jackson just brought it back down. As he was coming down, Cadell got his hand stuck inside of his shirt as he was twisting away, so that could be why he's hurting his hand. But, great pressure up front, great stop for the Lockhart Lions defense. Gives the ball back to a red-hot offense for the Lockhart Lions. And, you know, Daquan Ellison's out there. Daquan Ellison is out there.
You know, I would almost just say, which Ellison do you guys want to try to stop? Because you can't stop them both. And Datron has the hot hand, although Daquan had a nice run that last series.
Yes, definitely. And, you know what? That's all Lockhart needs is to continue to keep pounding with Daquan Ellison, Jesus Aldana. And these guys are going to have a short night if they continue that up and keep racking up points.
7:04 to go, first half, 17-7 Lockhart. Two receivers to the left. That's scary. They're going to throw it to Aldana. He catches it. He's to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, down to the 33-yard line. It was number 35. That is Jalen Laidler that made the tackle. A great pitch and catch and a first down.
Definitely. Great blocking up front, and Jesus Aldana with the right mind and taking it down the field.
Aldana has had a great season. And, you know, you got Daquan Ellison. You know he's going to get all the headlines, but he's making headlines of his own.
Definitely. And Jaden Garza with a nice pass to Aldana.
So it's Aldana around the right side. No, they went up the middle. I tell you what, this is maybe they did get Aldana. Was that him?
No, Aldana was running around the outside.
They're faking us all out here. We're not even sure who had the ball, to be honest. It looks like maybe it was 29. Was that who had it?
It's Daquan Ellison with the run up the middle.
Oh, it was Daquan. Okay. I'm telling you what, this slot T is hard enough for us to try to figure out who's got it.
Most definitely. And they've switched some things up on the slot T to where once we got used to last year's and the year before, it's like we got to learn the whole system ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. It is not the same thing. I mean, I know it's the same thing, but they've put wrinkles into it.
Definitely.
Tight formation, 2nd and 2. They're going to give it to Noah around the right. No, it's up to Daquan again. I'll tell you what, Jaden is doing a superb job because he's faked me out 2 plays in a row.
Yes, he's faked out the defense as well also. And, you know, it's one thing, you know, you look at a quarterback in a slot T formation, they're like, okay, well, he's not going to pass. But he still has a craft that he has to learn, and that's disguising the football in these fake handoffs. And sometimes you have 2 or 3 fake handoffs in one play.
We may be going to the big boy out here as we got Devin Clark out there. They're going to hand off, though, to Daquan Ellison, and he'll get ahead for about 4. The offensive line is starting to get in their groove right now, and we're moving the ball much better.
Definitely. Each play, they're picking up at least 3 to 4 yards each play, which makes it a lot easier when you get down into 3rd and 1, or you get that first down when it's 2nd down and 5.
Well, Devin Clark, I just have this feeling tonight they're going to go for Devin Clark on a pass play for the end zone. 4:58 and counting, 17-7 here in the first half. If Lockhart could score here, that's going to really help them since they're going to get the ball in the second half.
Most definitely, especially the way the defense played this last series.
Daquan Ellison hurdles the guys, and he'll gain a couple more yards after the hurdle. I don't know how a guy that's not the tallest person in the world can jump like that. My goodness, that's some athletic ability. We're about 3rd and 4, and he jumped over a guy who was on his knees, basically. That was amazing.
Yes, and once again, that was number 30, Noah Garcia, who pretty much pancaked his defender, and Daquan Ellison hurdled the both of them.
So the players on the sidelines trying to get the crowd in the game, they're kind of, it's like being at a Lakers game back when they were good, and people just sitting there. So we got 2 receivers to the left. Again, the scary formation of a possible pass. Oh, goodness gracious, Jaden Garza is hurt. They collapsed on his leg. He gets up. The ball was ran up the middle by Daquan Ellison. I believe he got the first down. But, man, they rolled up on Jaden Garza back of his leg.
They're going to mark him 1 yard shy of the first down at the 8-yard line.
So it is 4th and 1.
At the 12-yard line.
They're at the 12-yard line. Garza being tough. I mean, I saw that happen, and that was not pretty. They shot the gap on that one.
We've seen 5 plays in a row to Daquan Ellison.
Timeout is called. Burnet's going to call it. And with 3:34 to go here in the first half, it's 17-7 Lockhart. We'll go ahead and take a timeout.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMAX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Hello, Americans. Mark Twain said, "A broken promise is better than no promise at all." Well, you and I both know when we make a promise, we keep it. Chuck Nash Auto Group has been doing that for years. They offer up the kind of one-on-one service that'll follow the taillights of your pre-owned vehicle deep into that gorgeous Texas sunset. By the way, Chuck Nash will give you $750 more for your car, buy or trade. And now you know the best of the story.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas. Homecoming night, 3:34 to go here in the first half. Lockhart 17, Burnet 7. Burnet had to call timeout. This is a huge play already in this game because if Lockhart gets his first down and can score again, they're putting all kinds of pressure on Burnet here.
Most definitely, especially if they get a first down right now. It's going to move the chains to where, all they need is 1 yard. They pick up 2, they still have a possibility of getting another first down and continue to chew up clock.
So we got Devin Clark and Danya they went straight up the middle. Did he get it, though? It looks like he might have, but they're using Devin Clark as a decoy out there. It just depends on the spot. I think it was Jaden that was carrying the football, and they're going to say they didn't make it. Well, at least that's what Burnet's saying. We'll see. They're going to measure. They're going to measure. Official timeout. So, Emilio, so far, what do you see? What do we need to do differently? What's your estimations?
Well, I think offensively, they're starting to wear down this defensive line for Burnet right now. So I give it to about midway through the third quarter. If Lockhart keeps pounding the ball the way they're doing, especially since they're going to get the ball to start the second half. If we could just put together a long drive and get some points, then it's going to work. It'll be in our favor towards the end of the game.
Well, we did not make the first down, so they will get it with 3:28 to go. They're excited. We're bummed, and that's a big play for them. You go ahead and grab it here real quick. I have to answer a message, as you would know.
All right, most definitely. And, certainly a disappointment for the Lions to run down the field as they have. They had 9 total plays so far, but to end it on a 4th down and 1, being stuffed and having to turn the ball over to Burnet, it's without having to score any points, this Lockhart Lions defense has to get the ball back, keep the Burnet out of the end zone,
right,
or even through the goalpost. That's the big thing right now, and give the ball back to the Lockhart Lions as quick as possible, because as we've seen, Lockhart can strike at any minute with the running backs that we have. And at the same time, they could chew this clock up, and take it to halftime. But with 3:28, looks like Lockhart defense is going to have to hold up here.
3 receivers to the right, to the left. It's Denton up the middle and draw. He's going to get about 7 on the carry. He's just basically reading, seeing if there's a pass, and if not, he's just running straight up the middle.
Yes, definitely. And he had 5 receivers spread out, 2 to the far side, 3 to the near side. And they were practically spread all the way to the sidelines and open up a huge hole down the middle for Daxon to run.
So we got 2 receivers to the right, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, no running backs. Denton's going to throw it. It's caught. He gets it out for a first down. It's probably going to be dropped down about the 26. And there you have it again, number 3, Burkhalter, who's done everything.
Yes, definitely. It was a quick pass. Fortunately, he didn't get out of bounds, so the clock's going to be running as soon as they set the yard markers.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 1 running back. They're going to throw again. Denton's looking. He always gets knocked down. And last week's defensive player of the game, Faustino Gonzalez, knocks the ball down.
Definitely, and big opportunity, big play right there because that stops the clock as well. And it's going to give Burnet a 2nd down and 10. But it gives the Lockhart Lions defense a jump start. So hopefully this will set the tone for this drive for the Lions to stop the Burnet Bulldogs and give the ball back to the offense.
Devin Clark and Datron Ellison now the deep safeties. They've got all that tight formation, but they still run the spread. A guy is moving out to the right side. That's Escamilla. Denton's going to try to draw play again. He's going to cut to the left. He gets out to the 30, 35. He's going to be real close. He does get the first down. Nice effort there by the sophomore Denton.
It looks like they're going to mark him shy of the first down.
Wow, I thought he dove forward.
So he's shy of a yard.
Yep, he's shy a yard there at the 36-yard line. That's going to make it 3rd and 1. Big play for Denton and company.
Eddie Tukar and Adam Romero are out there to stop him short of the first down.
So here we go. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, 2 guys in the backfield, an H-back and a tailback. Denton, shotgun formation, is going to hand it off to Escamilla up the middle. He's to the 40, to the 45, he's to the 50, to the 45, down to the 41. A great run by Escamilla, and they're going to move the sticks again. Clock is moving, though. Oh, actually, it's not till the chains move.
Yeah, Elijah Sanchez and Devin Clark out there to make the tackle.
They're not going to quit just yet. 2:12 to go. They're going to hand it up the middle to Escamilla again. We got to stop this kid. He's been running the ball well. He's down to about the 38-yard line. 2:02 and counting. And there's a timeout. I'm guessing that was on Burnet. So we have about 1:58 to go here in the first half. 17-7 the Lions.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMAX Sports with Vype Magazine.
For over 15 years, Raina Drywall and Paint has been serving Lockhart and the surrounding counties. We are experienced in all phases of construction. You can count on us for any exterior or interior painting job. Call 512-925-0634 to schedule an appointment with Raina Drywall and Paint today.
All right, we're back here in Lockhart, Texas. They have now put 2:02 on the clock.
Yes, definitely. 2 minutes and 2 seconds away from the Johnny and Sons Paint and Body Shop halftime show, and once again we're supposed to have a special guest up here.
Actually, 2 of them, possibly.
2 of them, yes, possibly 2 to come up here at halftime. And if you want to know who those special guests are, stay tuned to the Johnny and Sons Paint and Body Shop halftime show, where you will be able to hear these special guests, as well as the Lockhart Lion Roaring Band when they perform here tonight on homecoming night here at Lions Field.
All right, so it's 2nd and 7. The ball is at the 39-yard line of Lockhart. Everybody's all bunched up, 2 on the left, 3 on the right. Denton looking to throw. He's got a big man over the middle. Devin Clark! Oh, my gosh, Devin Clark, the 6'5" basketball player, almost pulled down a one-handed interception. That would have been nice, but he does keep the kid from catching the ball.
Definitely, and great speed by Devin Clark out there, who's just playing center field, as a center fielder would, and just kept his eye on the football and went straight forward. And great thing about Devin Clark on that play, he went for the football, not the receiver. And this is his first year playing football.
2 to the right, 1 to the left. Denton's going to roll out right. He's looking down the field. He throws it. It's caught. That was caught by number 7, Luke Kaiser. And that's going to possibly, it's going to be another first down as they're down to the 25-yard line of Lockhart.
And more important for Burnet, it's going to stop the clock as he ran out of bounds after he made the catch.
So kind of like the game last week, we're in a kind of iffy moment. We've really got to step it up defensively. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Denton in the backfield by himself. Ball is snapped. He's going to do the draw play up the middle, and he's going to try to get around the corner, but it's Sanchez. Or was that Sanchez? No, it was not Sanchez.
It was Alex Thompson.
Alex Thompson with a big play.
Yes, definitely. He went out there and went straight for the quarterback's legs, and you can't run if you take the legs out.
So it's 2nd and 7. I know one of our guests just showed up because I just saw her walk out of the room over there. So it is 2nd and 7, 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hand off to Escamilla up the middle. His kid's got some moves as he gets it down inside the 20. Clock is moving. Short of the first down, and Burnet's going to call timeout again. I think it's down to about, oh no, there's an injury. That's Tukar that's getting up limping. And I think Tukar's coming out. And he will be replaced by number 12, Juan Ramirez, the junior. Tukar is limping. I'm wondering if that's going to need to be an ankle tape or.
Definitely. Almost looks like he might have collided with knees with somebody else. It's probably a little stinger, what I'm hoping, and he'll be back. I'm pretty sure we've seen the last of him here in this first half, and hopefully we get to see him back on the sideline and back into the game after half.
So, well, I thought we were getting ready to run a play, but I don't know if maybe Lockhart called a timeout. So it is now 3rd and 2, 1:08 to go first half, 17-7 Lockhart. It's not like this is like do or die situation, but you definitely would rather they don't get in the end zone.
Definitely, and I'd even say it'll be a huge stop. Even if they were to go for the field goal and make it, I'd much rather have them give up 3 points than 7 points, especially with the 10-point lead. I mean, with a minute and 8 seconds left, it's almost safe to say that Lockhart might not get the ball back to finish out this first half.
All right, well, Lockhart took a quick timeout. We're back to business with a minute 8 to go. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Denton in the backfield by himself. One of our special guests has just walked into the booth. Shotgun formation. Going to quick pass to the outside to the usual man, Burkhalter, and he gets it all the way down, and he got into the end zone with 1:01 to go here in the first half. That's going to make it 17-13 with the extra point coming up.
Definitely something that the Lions didn't want to give up is a touchdown right now. But then again, Scott, Lockhart will have just under a minute when they get the ball back to try and create something just before halftime. And definitely Lockhart Lions are going to have to try and go big and go deep for a Lockhart Lion touchdown or 3 points before heading into halftime.
That is very true, and Blaine Burkhalter has been the man. The extra point is on the way, Andy. It's good. He had another 40 yards he could have worked with on that one.
That ball disappeared into the night sky right there.
So, and I want to say that was a 19-yard touchdown pass?
Yes. 19-yard touchdown pass, and it was a great pass, but also an even better run after the catch.
Well, and we've already said it. Burkhalter, that's almost their team. I mean, he's doing everything.
Yes.
So it is 17-14. Again, we are not going to let you know who our special guest is, but she has made it.
Well, see, now you gave half of it away now.
That could
now
be
they don't know who it is, but they know it's a she
for all we
and
know,
not a he.
We're interviewing McKelty today. So it is 17-14, 1:01 to go. We still have the DeQuan and Detron brothers.
Yes.
That's
Dynamic
like a
duo.
bomb. I mean, my goodness, you give one of those guys the ball and it could be over in a heartbeat. If I were these guys, I would squib kick it or just keep it away from them, something.
Yes, definitely. And if you see, DeQuan and Datron have switched sides for this one. Datron was up on the far side as Lockhart Lions are going from right to left as you're listening to us.
So surely they would not throw an onside kick at us. We'll just have to see. Nope, he's going the other way. Salazar getting ready to kick it off. He gets a high kick out of it. This one's going to be DeQuan Ellison's time at the 15. He's going to run it straight up the middle, and he brings it all the way out to the 32-yard line before he's tripped up, where we'll have 56 seconds to try to go about 68 yards. That's very possible with our running backs. So another hint as to what's going on at halftime, let's just say that this person's team just keeps spanking the district. Wow. At one point tonight, I said, hey, tell some of the girls to play with just one hand so they're going to have a close match. Because the first 2 games of the match were not even close.
Well, see, now you gave it away.
I haven't said names. I'm just talking. So tight formation. They're going to pitch it out. This is DeQuan Ellison.
He's got blockers ahead of him.
He breaks it to the 40 to the 50. Oh, he gets drugged down from behind. Wow. So number 11.
He got horse collar, so there should be a penalty for
Jackson
on that.
Denton, the sophomore, he was a safety last year. Horse collars would have been a touchdown.
And now he has to leave the field because his helmet fell off. But
well, he was wanting a penalty called on us because his helmet flew off, and I was like, I think what you did was a little worse. So, anyways, he got it basically down to the 42-yard line of Burnet, but we're going to get another 15 tacked onto this. So, again, like I said, if you have one of the Ellison brothers in the backfield, there's a good chance that's like throwing the bomb.
Definitely, and it's going to take it all the way down to the Burnet 27-yard line after the penalty for the horse collar.
17-14, 47 seconds to go. This thing ain't quite over, but Burnet's going to call timeout because they've seen enough of the Ellisons already to know this hasn't been cool.
Yes, most definitely. And you know what? I think with 47 seconds, this is plenty enough time to run a pass play.
Yeah. Might as well.
definitely is.
Devin Clark or Adam Romero, Cortland Zambrano, one of those guys.
Yes. And then, of course, you got Richard Moya, who's accounted for one of the touchdown receptions on the first game of the season against Travis Rebels. But Burnet calls a timeout, rightfully so. They figure, well, Lockhart's not going to chew up too much time. Right off the bat, Daquan Ellison runs around the near side towards us and hits a big 26-yard or 36-yard run. 26-yard run, and then you tack on another 15 yards for the penalty. So I'm pretty sure the coaching staff did what they had to do, call their final timeout to settle these guys down. Now, with that final timeout coming, they have none left to stop the clock or anything like that. So it's pretty much Lockhart's in control for the rest of this 47 seconds.
Are we going to go to Burkhalter's side, though, because we don't have much room on this side of the field. But the crowd is getting up, and they're getting into it. Homecoming night here, 17-14, 47 seconds to go in the first half. Jaden Garza under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle. We didn't get anything out of that one. And that was number 24, which is Jesus Aldana. Matter of fact, we lost a yard. 36 seconds and counting. Up. Oh, he spiked it. I was like, what in the world just happened? I don't even know if he spiked it. Did we call timeout?
Coach Herman is trying to figure that out right now because it looked like they were running a pass play. We had two receivers down the field with nobody on them.
So they're going to back us up. Or did they call it on them?
They called it on us.
Okay, I was going to say, he said neutral zone, and I thought, why are they calling that on us? So 32 seconds to go, 17-14. It's been a good ball game. Ball set at the 33-yard line of Burnet, and we're hoping we can get something going here. They're gonna take that time out now. So I guess this would be a good time to hear the voice of an angel. McKelty, take us to break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Johnny & Sons Paint and Body has been Lockhart's premier collision repair and auto body shop since 1967. Certified I-CAR standard, the highest ranking in the collision industry. For all your collision needs, come by and see Johnny & Sons, 400 Blackjack in Lockhart. Johnny & Sons Paint and Body. We won't steer you wrong.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart. Our other guest is asking me a question, so I'm trying to get him over here. I don't even know what to tell him. Next to the food.
Well, see, now you gave away another hint for the second guess.
That we have food over there?
All right, 31 seconds left to go. Lockhart Lions need to get into the end zone, or at least in between the field goal post to put some scores before halftime.
So here we go, tight formation, trying to get something going. They're going to roll out right. He's looking deep, throwing it up for Devin Clark, and he's being held. He caught that. How did Devin catch that? Oh, my gosh.
Great catch.
Devin had a guy hanging on to him, and somehow Devin Clark caught that. He's 6'5". He's a basketball player turned football, and it's now first and goal at the 5-yard line. 20 seconds to go on the clock. I still do not know how that kid caught the ball.
Great time to call another timeout for Coach Herman.
Wow.
His final timeout, so with Lockhart being in 5 yards, he's got to come up with at least 2 to 3 plays just in case Lockhart doesn't make it in on the first try.
Now, our other guest is not a female, and Rudy Cadillo told me to quit teasing the person that's already here, who I might ask or might say is didn't have to get all dressed up for us, but she did.
Well, it is homecoming night.
Yeah, she looks very nice, and it was nice that she did that. We just, again, we aren't, even though we've talked about what sport it is and everything else, I guess you'll find out in a minute.
Most definitely.
Our other person, though, kind of ran the show offensively here for a few years, and hopefully he'll be able to get up here.
And not only that, but played alongside the dynamic duo's brother.
That's true. So here we go, 20 seconds. First and goal from the 5. Jaden Garza under center. And I believe we jumped off sides, but they're going to run outside with Garza around the left side. Nice block. Cuts back up. Gets it to about the 3. We're going to have to hustle with 11 seconds left because we have no timeouts. Down to 7, 6, 5, 4, and he downs it. So with 4 seconds left with 17-14, we're not done yet. But are we going to kick the field goal? Yes, we are.
We got number 17, Alfredo Jaimes, the sophomore kicker, coming in.
He's already made one from from 24 yards away. This one, it looks like he's going to be about 22 yards away.
Jackie Edwards is a holder, so
here comes the sophomore. Snap is down. Oh, they got to run it. Jackie's in trouble. He throws it, and it's incomplete. And that's how the first half will end. It is 17-14 at the half. Your Lions are on top, but is that a flag out there? Oh, intentional grounding. Really? Because that was a kicker. How is that intentional grounding? He's an offensive guy. He's not a lineman.
Well,
it doesn't really matter because the time's up.
Yeah, definitely. And, not the way that Coach Herman wanted to end the first half, but okay, so we went through the little extras to get out of this. But that's going to end the first half. And, not the way Lockhart wanted to end it, but that's the way it is. Lockhart does get the ball back to start the second half. But right now, we're heading into the Johnny and Sons Paint and Body Shop halftime show as Burnet's Bulldogs, their band is going to be setting up. And let's hit one commercial spot real quick before we come back and get to our special guest.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Johnny & Sons Paint and Body has been Lockhart's premier collision repair and auto body shop since 1967. Certified I-CAR standard, the highest ranking in the collision industry. For all your collision needs, come by and see Johnny & Sons, 400 Blackjack in Lockhart. Johnny & Sons Paint and Body. We won't steer you wrong.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas, where it is 17-14. Your Lockhart Lions are on top, and while the Burnt Bulldogs band is playing, we're going to talk to our special guest here. If you've seen the team play at all, you have to be impressed with the turnaround. And not that last year's team wasn't successful, but the turnaround from last year to this year is amazing. Coach Berthe of our volleyball team is here, and we have some questions for her. These are not rehearsed at all. We never told her what we were doing. This is all fresh right off the press. So question number 1. We're talking to Coach about volleyball, and the question is, what are your feelings towards your girls' play so far this season?
Well, the girls have been playing absolutely amazing. They've completely stepped it up from the get-go in preseason, coming out 16-8. And every game they just continue to get better and better, and they just continue to amaze me every day in practice and every time we step on the court. So.
Well, that's great. I watched them play the other night, and even though it was in a losing cause, it was an amazing match to watch. And I talked to Coach a little bit at the school about that. Although she wasn't always impressed with the situation, nonetheless, I was entertained. And I tell you what, Rudy Cadillo is always giving us scores and things like that, and we got a bunch of talent on the team. But his daughter is all over the place in them games. So question number 2, what are some of the highlights this season?
Probably the biggest highlight right now is us being 3-0 in district. I would say my second highlight is beating Wimberley, which is a great volleyball team and has been for quite some years, and beating them twice this preseason really proved how strong we've come out of the gate and how much heart we truly have as a volleyball team. I would also say I was really impressed when Mr. Cadillo actually mentioned to us that several of the girls, the majority of the team, is actually on the top 50 in all of our stat categories. So they're very highly ranked up there, along with Dripping Springs and Wimberley and big teams that make it to playoffs every single year.
that is impressive. And, one that comes to my mind, and the only reason why is I trained her as a goalkeeper and for soccer, but I found out the other night Abby Ruggiero served 16 straight points. That's impressive.
16-0 against Crockett.
Wow, that is amazing. And that coming from our lefty.
Yes.
I love watching lefties pretty much do everything. Number 3 question. What are your expectations and the goals for district play?
Obviously coming out 3-0 in district so far, I have very high expectations. The girls have very high expectations for themselves. Obviously, I expect to get first in district. These girls are highly skilled and very capable of doing so. Our biggest competition is going to be Dripping Springs, and we're quite aware of that, but we go into every game with the same mentality, the same mindset, and we're just ready to play and fight and claw our way to the top.
Well, and then before I go to the last question, we're going to throw her a curveball. Emilio, is there anything you'd like to ask her?
Yeah, if you could put one word to describe what the Lady Lions have been able to accomplish this year from previous years, what would that one word be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would have to say my biggest word would be heart. These girls show up every day and they give their full heart. They give their everything they've got every time they step on the court. And sometimes if they don't, I pull it out of them. So, but they definitely show up every single game with heart. And they just have this want and desire to be good, which is just amazing to see in this team. So my word would have to be heart for this year.
Yes, definitely. And that's one of the things that I've always said when I first came on the broadcast as a listener, and when the Rock and Rev and Chuck Licata were doing it. My motto is, you could take the line out of Lockhart, but you can never take the heart out of Lockhart.
Correct.
So, for you to put it in that perspective to where it's heart, it just goes to show that it's not just Lockhart the name, it's what's inside that keeps, your team going forward and staying in there. And
exactly.
And it showed. I mean, if you look across all the sports at Lockhart High School, every sport is starting to pick up little by little. And this year we have a chance to possibly have just about every team in the playoff. And it's going to be exciting to see as the rest of the season goes on, as y'all continue on through district. So far y'all are undefeated in district, which is an amazing feat. And you've done a wonderful job, and it's amazing to see how these young ladies are feeding off of your coaching and your coaching staff, and you could see from the results that we're seeing now. So.
Well, thank you. Yes, they're working very hard.
All right, now I've been told by Lynn DeSalva, he is our QA tonight. He said this is probably one of the most fantastic interviews he's heard, that you're doing a very good job.
Oh, good.
Does Lynn have a question?
A couple of your parents have actually chimed in about you.
Yay.
My other guest is trying to get in, but they won't let him get past the chain. So anyways, I'm going to give her last question, and this is the easy one. Who do you want to give a shout-out to tonight?
First and foremost, I want to give a shout-out to my players. I wouldn't be able to be up here and be talking about how amazing they are without them. They're the ones who step on the court every day. They're the ones who put in the hard work every day. I'm just there to push them. So that would be my first shout out. My second shout out would have to be to my two brand new amazing coaches, Coach Webb and Coach Svetlik. They put in so many hours of hard work and dedication to this program to make these girls as amazing as they are. And I would not be here without their help and encouragement every day.
All right, that is great. And I like to joke around a lot. That's just the way I am. I know that Coach came in here a little uneasy about this interview process. I'm not really sure why. It's like McKelty over here. Last week she was afraid to talk. This week she sounds like an all-American talker. We're going to have her do play-by-play here in the third quarter. But, Coach Bothy, my gosh, you did a fantastic job
thank
tonight.
you. Man. I was a little nervous.
Obviously, she performs under pressure just like her team. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I used to coach volleyball, not for very long, but I did coach it. And I will say this. I have, like she said, heart. That's the thing that comes to my mind. And when I watched those girls play the other night, again, in a losing effort, these girls never gave up, and they're flying all over the court. If you're not careful, you may have to catch Carla Cadillo in the stands as she dives into the stands for volleyball. This whole group, they just feed off each other, and to me, I see a family out there that's trying for just one cause, and you have done a fantastic job because last year was your first year, great season. This year, holy cow, it's not even the same. I mean, it's the same. Some of the same girls, but they don't even look the same. It's just, I'm impressed.
Yeah, we've definitely grown as a whole and as a team. We talk about being a family and a big group of sisters all the time, and so that's kind of awesome that you said that too, because we talk about that, and we just have really good conversations every day about how far we've come and how far we plan to go. So I'm very excited for the rest of this season.
There's that word again, family. As we spoke to Eddie, Scott spoke to Eddie Tukar earlier before the game started, he was interviewing him. He mentioned he wants to make this family stronger out on the football field. And you mentioned you want your team to be like a family, and we talked about that. You know, when you have a family, you'll fight for that family. You'll defend that family. You're right there side by side next to that family member, and that's just the same exact thing as a team.
Right.
So for you to talk about you want this team to be like a family, it just goes to show the great coaching staff that we have here in Lockhart.
Mm-hmm.
Different sport, but working on the same schematic, and that's great. That's amazing.
Yes.
Well, and we're going to go ahead and let her do her thing because she's probably all wore out from winning 3 really difficult matches today. I
think I had a spot on 5.
Yeah, was it 25 to 8, 25 to 9, and then they let them into one of the games, and they scored 12 against us. But,
we did.
But anyways, our other guest, the security won't even let him up here to talk to us. But we want to thank Coach, both of you, for coming in here. You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to come talk to us.
You are so welcome. Thank you again for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
Well, we'll probably be talking to you again come playoff time.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, that is what I'll look forward to. I'll look forward to that interview.
All right, and we will be covering some of the games on there. We're still waiting to get the okay from Coach Brown, the athletic director, or Henderson, I'm sorry, Coach Henderson, the athletic director, about what games we can cover and things like that. And I know that we've got plans to cover some of the volleyball games as well, but we're definitely going to cover playoff games for our teams, and it looks like we have one headed that direction. So again, Coach, thank you very much, and good luck the rest of the year.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, man.
All right, so our next guest, if they would let him by, what I can't believe is that they're not letting him pass security. This is one of our great football players from years past, and they're not letting the guy who used to score all kinds of touchdowns into the booth right now. We're trying to get McKelty to run down there, so McKelty has to run again to try to get him up here. Exactly. As we'll catch him some other time. The good thing about where we get to be is we get to watch all the food that we got to eat before everybody else got to eat it. We get to watch them eat it now. There's like 6 guys in there just going to town on the food. No kidding. And fortunately, we still got Burnet going. The band is going. Even if we have to interview him, if they'll let him up here, even if we have to interview him as the game is going on and get him in between plays and whatnot, we'll do that as well. Well, and the one thing about him, I saw him when I was asking him earlier in the year before we got into football. I saw him at the store, and I talked to him about, what are you doing and everything else. This guy, who was a star football player here, hang on just a minute. McKelty's asking me. So, anyways, McKelty's trying to save the day here for us, but this guy was a star football player and had offers to play at the college level, and he has, as I know right now, has walked away from football to follow his dream. Well, and like I said, we're getting close to the roaring band of Lockhart, and we're going to have to listen to them in their entirety. So it may be a thing if we can find him. Oh, no, not at all. Actually, I think he's right behind us. Oh, there's two of them. We're getting both of them in here. We're going to catch these guys. You want to hear from both of these guys. So they played together. They both were like heart and soul of the team, but we're going to listen to the band first, and they're going to help us call play-by-play in the third quarter. So we're going to go ahead and turn the mics up and talk to them while you guys can't hear us, and then we'll bring them on and let them do the thing here in the third quarter.
Continued support of the Lockhart Band. The UIL Sweepstakes award-winning Roaring Lion Band is led onto the field by drum majors Rosalda Serrano and Tabitha Harris. Tonight, the Roaring Lion Band is proud to present parts 1, 2, and 3 of its 2018 UIL contest show, The Sound of Color, featuring Paint It Black from the Rolling Stones, Mozart's Eine Kleine Nacht music, Harold Britton Chambers' One of Many, and Writings on the Wall from the James Bond movie Spectre. The saxophone solos are performed by Jaime Sosa, with musical arrangements by Harold Britton Chambers, percussion by Colin Pavey, guard design by Jeffrey Sperling, and visual design by Luke Gall. We give you The Sound of Color. Please welcome to the field your 2018-2019 Lockhart High School Varsity Lionettes and your JV Legacy. Under the direction of Ms. Taylor Seymour, your Lionettes are led to the field by Captain Alexia Bright, Co-Captain Elena Davila. Junior Lieutenant, Precious Garcia. Junior Lieutenant, Brianna Gonzalez. Social Officer, Chelsea Rodriguez. Social Officer, Bella Hearn. Lioness of the Week is Sable Cardenas. Legacy of the Week is Hope Jimenez. The Lionettes and JV Legacies have also chosen an Outstanding Teacher of the Week. Congratulations to Sarah Barnett. We thank you for all your constant hard work and everything you do for your students. This week, the Lionettes and Legacies will be performing a ladder and palm routine to Final Countdown. Junior Spirit Clinic 2018. Join us for a morning of laughs, games, cheering, dancing, and more. Hosted by the LOCKHART Varsity JV Dance Teams and Varsity JV Cheerleaders. The clinic will be held on Saturday, September 15th, 2018 in the LOCKHART High School Gymnasium from 9 a.m. until noon. Game day and performance day will be Friday, September 21st, 2018. In the past, dance and cheer teams have held separate camps costing $35 each. This year, will be combined with only cost of $50. They removed the grocery center.
Oh, okay, man.
Okay, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas, where we just heard the roaring band, the Lockhart band. We were able to finally, security would let one of our guys through that we knew was coming, and he brought a treat with him. So we're going to have double trouble in here. So since Emilio saw these guys in their entire career, and I was only here for their senior year, I'm going to let him ask the questions. But we have superstar defensive end Tyrese Purifoy, and then a running back you guys may have heard about, Stephon Houston. So here we are. Emilio, ask away. Let's hear about these guys.
Well, once again, gentlemen, thank you for coming on to the Johnny and Sons Paint and Body Shop halftime show. And Stephon Houston, Tyrese Purifoy, two of, I want to say, probably one of the best outstanding defensive players and offensive players that Lockhart has had in such a long time. You know, the success that y'all have had in the two playoff runs. You know, Stephon, you first, give us your thoughts of your playing time here in Lockhart under Coach Herman. Yes, and Tyree, same question to you. Give us your thoughts of your playing time here at Lockhart under Coach Herman.
Things are great with Coach Herman. I mean, everything was always good, and yeah. I mean, I got a lot of playing time. We had back-to-back seasons in the playoffs, by district champions, and I mean, I can't complain with our efforts and all that good stuff.
So real quickly, I'm going to jump in here. Tyrese is talking. We had Datron with the kick return. He started at the 16. He brought it out to about the 27-yard line where we'll start, 29-yard line where we'll start 1st and 10. Go ahead.
All right. Once again, you see the Lockhart Lions playing this year, and you've seen them, and you've known the two brothers, the dynamic duo, Daquan and Datron. You played with their brother DJ Stefan. Talk about DJ Ellison. Talk about his play alongside him. Yes.
So we had Daquan with a carry last. He got 1 yard. This time he carries again up the middle. He's going to pick up about 6. They bring it out to about the 36-yard line. Go ahead and get us another one.
All right. And to you, Tyrese, talk about, who helped you on the defensive side to make you stronger as a former teammate?
I would have to say my whole defensive line, me, Roman, and Logan Schnautz up front. We would take on double teams all night and still be able to make plays in the backfield. I mean, our front seven, we were best front seven in the district of my senior year. I mean, nobody ran the ball on us, so I can't say that. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then also with Kwani, I mean, he came downfield and murdered.
There goes Daquan around the corner. He's to the 40. That's across the 50, down to the 40 on the other side. He gets down to the 32, and as he talks about Kwani, he just takes it on the other side of the field for about a 26-yard carry.
And that's 3 straight carries for Daquan Ellison. Now, you see him, Stephon, you see him running down the field like that. How bad do you want to be back out there running again? Running back there in the backfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
There he goes again around the right side. He gets out to the 30. He's inside the 30 down to about the 26 where he gets thrown down there by, and that is Escamilla. All right, catch another one.
And once again, you see, from a defensive standpoint, Tyrese, you see a guy that's 5'4", about 105 pounds practically, and he's running all over the defense like that. As a defensive guy, what does that say? If you're on this defense of Burnet and this guy's running all around you.
As Shaquille O'Neal would say, that'll be barbecue chicken. Ain't no better way to put it.
Well, Aldon, trying to get around the left side, but they read that. They strung him out, and he's going to lose a yard. All right, guys, it's 3rd down and about 5. Ask away again.
All right. 2 more questions, all right, from each of y'all. Tyrese, what is the best performance that you had on the defensive side in your time here at Lockhart High School?
Medina Valley, definitely my senior year. I had some troubles against Alamo Heights. I got a personal foul on me, and I had to sit out the whole first quarter, and it was homecoming for us. And I came out first the second quarter, and I had 4 tackles back-to-back, and I had a 4-and-out for us. And I'm telling you, it was just crazy. And then we lost by a touchdown, but still, though, it was probably my greatest performance.
Definitely. As we get to another play.
Here they're going to go around the right side. It's Daquan Ellison. He cuts back up the middle. It's going to be close to a 1st down. I think he got it. It's very close. We'll see what the marking is. And like we said, this guy is not very big. He might weigh 155 soaking wet, but he's still running over the top. They're going to say he's short by inches.
That'll be a 3rd and 1. That's you're 3rd and 1. You get the ball. Is it first down? Good as gold.
He got the first down actually.
Oh, they're giving it.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Stephon. Give me your best performance as a Lockhart Lion running back.
There you go. Whoa! There you go, Kwani.
So there you just heard from Stephon Houston as Daquan Ellison takes it to the house.
22-yard touchdown run.
22-yard touchdown run by Daquan Ellison with 8:02 to go here in the third quarter, making it 23-14. And our sophomore kicker, James, is going to come out and try to add to it.
Yeah, 6 of those 7 plays were to Daquan Ellison, who caps it off on a 22-yard touchdown run with 8:02 left to go here in the third quarter. As we wait for the extra point try.
Ain't going to get that one. Fortunately, Jackie was able to jump on it.
Yes.
So that's no good, and it will stay 23-14. We're not going to take a commercial break. You get to interviewing.
All right, definitely. Okay, last question from me, and I know you heard about it a lot in the 2015 season, and I'm going to bring it up to you because you were the man that got the ball for the last play on offense. Talk about what was going through your mind against San Marcos when Nick Sanchez was coming in with the play and says, kneel the ball twice, and then hands the ball off to you deep in your own end zone. Drop it on the ground before the San Marcos defender gets in there and scores a touchdown. Right. Right. Yes.
Well, just to interrupt real quick, the kickoff by James hit Braden McPherson right in the chest. He fumbled, and then he had to scramble over and dive on it, and it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for them. I believe it's at the 15-yard line, and I was also told to tell you to put that mic a little closer to your mouth so people can hear you a little bit better. One question that I think you should ask them, though, is what are they doing now?
Right.
What's the goals they got now?
Yes, definitely. And hold on, as we get through this one play right here.
All right, so we got Denton with 2 receivers to the left. He's going to hand off an end around, and they were there. And Datron Ellison says no thank you and puts him on the ground on the end around.
All right, so y'all go through this whole thing only to find out that, the coach did this because he mentioned he could not look at his seniors and not look at them and tell them, say, hey, I had a chance to get you onto the playoffs, and I didn't do it. So he did what he had to do. And plus, not only that, he gave the seniors a chance to play on Lions Field one last time because senior night was rained out that year. So
Escamilla gets hung up there, and Datron Ellison and Sanchez and Adam Romero in on the tackle. 2nd and 5 right now.
Yes, definitely. And now what Scott Smith said, talk about how's everything going since y'all graduated from high school and since y'all got y'all left the field of football.
For me, I had the opportunity to go to Wisconsin and play football at a small D3 school, and then things got a little hectic, so I had to come back home, and I'm working at Caterpillar full-time, pursuing my bachelor's degree online. And Stephon?
I was a bridge. I decided that football really wasn't for me. I feel like I in high school.
Their stud receiver, Burkhalter is probably going to the house on this one, and he does. He goes basically 70-plus yards on a touchdown catch by 2 missed tackles, and just like that, it's 23-20 with 6:25 to go here in the third quarter.
It was a 76-yard pass and run for Burnet, and great blocks for the Burnet receivers who created holes for their stud receiver to get into that end zone. Stephon?
I thought about playing football at school, but I realized I accomplished everything I wanted to in high school, so I just decided to know what I can do. Too much degree, in nursing. So I did a year, and I realized, I don't want to be burdened by loans. So I decided, to go get a nice job and then go back and stuff. So I'm doing classes online.
Well, that's good that y'all sticking with y'all's courses, even though they're online. But you know what? It's an easy way to do it, and it's still difficult that y'all have to take the courses and y'all have to still live a life and work and earn. It's the joys of graduating from high school. Just like my youngest son, he goes, I can't wait till I get out of school and graduate. I said, all right. I said, all right, because you graduate, there ain't no more summer vacation, no Christmas vacation, no spring break. But, yeah. But, you know what, to hear that y'all are doing good and y'all are moving forward and continuing on in a positive way, it says a lot to, what y'all are, and y'all have built yourselves as a character and as a human being. And it's good for me to hear that, y'all are doing good outside of football with the school books and everything. And, keep it up, and, don't never let anything get y'all down. Keep striving forward, and, just like a running back, anything gets you in the way, you could either run over it or go around it. And just like as a defensive side, if anybody steps in your way to stop you, you're knocking them over. So,
well, and like I said, I'm glad that Tyrese kind of came up here, because this is hitting 2 stars on the same night. I'd already been talking to Stephon about this, but I don't see Tyrese like I see him, and I'm glad he brought him.
Definitely.
So there's a high kick, and here comes Detron Ellison to the right side. He cuts back to the left. There he goes to the 30, to the 35, 40. He's across midfield. He's to the 40. He gets knocked out of bounds. Detron Ellison, the magic man tonight.
There's a penalty flag as well that just came in right now.
Is it coming back, or did they get us? We're going to have to wait. So another great return. Detron Ellison having a game tonight in his first game back. It's good to see that, because with him we have the dynamic duo again. And right now, it's like Stephon was saying, now you have that brotherly love of who's going to do better. And it's a dynamic duo. These guys are so fast, it's scary. They're going to call it on us, so it's coming back. That way it gives Daquan a few more yards to get.
Yeah.
We always like making things interesting as the games go on. Instead of getting the 70-yard first down, we're going to come back and try it the hard way.
Yes, definitely.
So 23-21, 6:15 to go. After they mark this off, we will know where they're going to be set up for camp. And, again, guys, thank you for coming up here. We appreciate you coming up and sharing what's going on in your lives. We miss seeing you out on that field.
Yes, definitely. And, you know what, I look forward to hearing from y'all in the future as well, too. So don't be surprised if we call y'all back in the next few years and hear even more stories from y'all. And, it's just good to see y'all, and thank you for coming up, and thank you for giving us the years of service that y'all put out here, and knocking helmets off and running over people and scoring amazing touchdowns and stuff.
So Daquan Ellison gets the ball to go up the middle. He loses a yard again. Roger Craig, if you'll remember, played for the San Francisco 49ers, is now playing for Burnet High School as a nose tackle here. He tore Daquan up on that one. That was a hit. And Daquan popped right back up. So here we are, 2nd and 11. And again, fellas, like I said, I got to see you for 1 year, and that was my first year to ever announce here. And that was like watching magic, because Kansas football and Texas football, there is no comparison. Handoff up the middle of Kwani. He gets it up to about the 48-yard line before he's brought down, so he's going to get about 5 on the carry.
They're going to mark him down at the 47.
So, I don't know, guys. Anybody want to give a shot at play-by-play, or
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom's. Angela Lewis. Yeah.
There we go. So
Stefan's got that look. Just give me a helmet, shoulder pads. I'll go out there in my pants.
So about 3rd and 7. Got Devin Clark on the field. Watch out for a possible pass. He's going to roll out. Garza's in trouble. He flicks it out there to Aldana, who makes the catch, and he dives forward for the first down. Great catch, great pass, and Devin Clark is just one of those, is he going to throw it to me or not kind of things. He's always a decoy. So it's a 1st and 10, 4:43 to go. Lockhart hanging on to the lead right now.
And believe it or not, Devin, he's like a freak of nature because he can block, catch, he can run. Like, he's amazing at football, basketball, and track. We don't know that much about him, but he's a tremendous athlete. So he's hitting him on the field, finally, it's just truly, like, spectacular because he's that amazing. Like, you never know if he's going to be a run or pass or what.
Adam Romero, who had a touchdown reception his first game, is out wide to the right.
And had a pick 6 earlier tonight as well.
Yep. They're going to roll out looking for Adam. They're going to throw it up to the right side. Adam's going after it. That's interference. That is interference. Adam Romero somehow has the ball near him. And, again, these basketball players saying, I can play football. They're just coming out here like they've not ever missed a football game. But the kid was not even looking back at the ball. He was all over Adam on that one. That's a no-brainer. That is an automatic on that one.
Oh, it looks like they're discussing it right now, but, I mean, the defender was all over Adam Romero, and, you got to give the defender has to give the receiver an opportunity.
Are they saying he caught the ball?
Oh, wow.
They're saying he caught it.
What is with these basketball players? My gosh.
They're going to call it a catch.
Oh, they called it.
Oh, he made the catch. It was the catch.
Yeah. So they declined the pass interference because Adam Romero somehow caught that ball. So now we have I got to wait till the sticks get down there.
They're down at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line.
10.
Tight formation. Oh, nope. We got one guy split left. And Garza is under center. Man in motion. They're going to give it to Daquan Ellison.
Oh, quarterback keeper.
No, Garza with a great fake. He keeps it and goes straight up the middle. He's inside the 10. And there's he got hurt. It looks like we got hurt. So they're going to call a time. Let's take a timeout with that one. So somebody hop in there and slap up that. We don't need to talk about it. We just need to do it.
All right, and this is Lockhart Lion Football on the Lion Country Broadcast Network, K-Mac Sports, and Vype Magazine.
Lockhart's premier collision repair and auto body shop since 1967. Certified I-CAR Standard, the highest ranking in the collision industry. For all your collision needs, come by and see Johnny & Sons, 400 Blackjack in Lockhart. Johnny & Sons, paint and body. We won't steer you wrong. Meitler Storage is locally owned by Angela and Darren Meitler since 2002. Meitler Storage is just off Highway 142 in Maxwell, Texas, across from the Valero. For an appointment, call 512-398-7100. Your business is always appreciated. And a reminder, once a lion, always a lion. Go Lions!
All right, we're back here, Lockhart, Texas, 3:53 to go, 23-21. Lockhart knocking on the door again. Jackie Edwards, sophomore quarterback, is in. Oh, Datron Ellison stood up. That's a legal procedure. So Jackie Edwards' first snap as a sophomore varsity quarterback with rain coming down now, and there's a legal procedure. So it's going to be about 2nd and 8 now. Nope, 2nd and 9. So this game, we're not out of the woods, and we didn't get a lot of play-by-play in, but it was good to have those two guys up here talking to us because those are two stars that played when I first started announcing.
Yes, definitely, and I was able to see them play for 3 years, and them guys were just amazing at what they did on the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball.
So here we go. Jackie Edwards, sophomore quarterback. He's got a man to the right. He's going to hand it off to Daquan Ellison up the middle. Daquan gets slammed to the ground.
Loses the ball.
And he fumbled, and they recovered. And Burnet is all jumping around with their coaches on the sideline. So the drive stalls with 3:24 to go here in the third quarter. And here we are again, 2 weeks in a row against a 4A school. And we're starting to be on our heels. We need to start attacking again.
Most definitely. It's something that I'm pretty sure Coach Herman didn't want to happen, but you know what? Maybe these young men will learn something from last week and learn to move on and get stronger in the later half of the second half.
So here we go on defense now. And it's going to be Denton in the back. He's looking to hand it off. He does. Around the corner he goes. He's going to break to the outside. He gets 11, 12. He's out about 15-yard gain. And this running back, Escamilla, he's had a great night of running the football. They move the sticks.
Yeah, big play on first down for Burnet to be able to get about 15 yards and a first down.
And so it's raining pretty good outside. The umbrellas are out, and I am going to need a squeegee so I can see what's going on. There's a handoff to Escamilla up the middle again, and he's going to get about 7 to 8 on that carry, straight up the middle, running it straight down our throat.
It's going to look like it's going to be shy of a first down.
So here we go. It is 2nd and 2. They're going to snap it straight to Denton. Denton swings it out to the right side. It's caught. He gets to the first down marker, and he's hit by 2 or 3 of the Lockhart Lions.
Yes, low snap. Great job by Denton to be able to pick it up off the turf. And you know that football's got to be wet, so great, Denton did a good job of handling that football, getting the pass out there and getting a first down.
Coach wasn't lying. This kid is a great athlete because that could have been dangerous for them. 2:30 and counting here in the third quarter, 23-21. Lockhart holding on to the lead. Rain is coming down. I can't tell how hard, but I can tell that there's enough rain on the glass that I'm seeing. I don't know. It's kind of weird. So there's a draw up the middle by Denton. He's going to gain about 5, maybe 6.
That quarterback draw has worked for Burnet, so I'm pretty sure with the rain coming down, we're going to be seeing a lot of that.
Right. Sanchez and Sosa were there to make the tackle. 1:58 and counting here in the third quarter. 2nd and about 4. And Burnet's moving the football against us. We're going to have to get tight here on defensive side of things. They've got 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, H-back and a tailback. Man in motion. It's their star. He gets the ball in and around. He's going to the sidelines. Burkhalter is going to get the first down and then get thrown out of bounds. And it looks like 51. That is De La Cruz on the tackle. He's a junior. He just came into the game just a little bit ago. Moves the sticks. Still, clock is stopped until we get set. No, he was out of bounds, so I guess we're going to stop at 1:33. So we have 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Burkhalter, the one on the left. We've got to keep an eye on him. He's Mr. Dangerous. Draw up the middle again with the quarterback. Denton's going to get at least 10. He's going to get more. He's still on his feet. He gets around the sidelines. Denton, with his legs, is hurting Lockhart right now as they're in our territory and marching.
And that's one thing that Coach Herman did talk about is the quarterback's legs is his biggest weapon as well as his throwing arm. But right now with the rain falling, his legs is doing the job for him right now.
1 receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Handoff up the middle, Escamilla. He doesn't get as much this time, maybe 2 on the carry.
They're going to mark him for a 1-yard run. Ball's going to be placed at the 26-yard line.
It looks like Guerrero was in there on the tackle. I think that was Guerrero. The window's kind of messed up, and I already have a hard enough time seeing, so
Yeah, Sosa was in there also as well.
All right, so here we are at 2nd and about 8. He's going to go quick to the outside. He hits his man Miller. Miller dives forward for a gain of about 3. So we are now, what are we at? I'm trying to see the marker. It's 3rd down, and they still haven't changed the scoreboard. Looks like 6.
It's going to be right about 6. Ball is going to be placed at the 24-yard line in line territory.
All right, we have 2 receivers to the right. Burkholter to the left. It looked like they're going to blitz. They changed. They're calling it down. They're going to change up plays here. They were showing blitz. Denton, the sophomore quarterback, having a great game. He hands it off to, no, he keeps it, slings it out, and it's incomplete. Datron Ellison saw pick 6 but couldn't get there in time. Pass was intended for number 33, Zach Ferguson, who's a linebacker and a running back.
Big play coming out right now. It's 4th down and about 6, and I don't see the kick team coming in for Burnet.
Nah, they're going for the throat right now.
It's going to be a huge play right here. Either Burnet's going to have to get a 1st down, or Lockhart's going to make the stop and give the ball back to the offense.
Hey, going to give a shout-out. Kevin Mills listening in, heard the interview, told me to have Stefan get a little bit closer to that mic. He wants to wish the guys a hello, and he's listening to the game, and quite a game it is with 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 23-21. Lockhart on top, but man, I'll tell you what, Denton's got this offense clicking right now.
He does, and the Burnet coaches staff just called their first timeout of the second half with 40 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 6. Of course, you don't want to make a quick decision on that. You got to talk about it, and with the rain coming down now, the field goal kicker would have to kick against the wind, probably from about, it'd probably be about a 40-yarder at this point. So, you know, it's probably a little bit too far out of the kicker's reach right now. So, I mean, 4th and 6, if you don't have the leg to make it, you got to go for it, especially in such a close game like this.
You know, I kind of laugh now that I'm looking at our defensive backfield. There are juniors that are basketball players or even on this field. We got a lot of basketball players in this team this year. 40 seconds left. 4th down and about 7. One receiver to the left, that's their superstar Burkhalter. One to the right, an H-back and a tailback. It's going to be Denton with the run. He cuts up the field. He gets brought down.
He's not going to make it.
Great job, and
He's
that was
not going to make it. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy of the 1st down.
That was number 38. Eli Green caught him from behind. That's the first time I've called his name this year. That was a great tackle by Eli Green. He just stopped the drive right there.
It's almost like, where did this guy come from?
and honestly, I think the quarterback thought, oh, I got this. Yeah. Eli Green said, no, you don't.
Yeah. Great stop by the Lockhart Lions defense. Now it's up to the Lockhart Lions offense now with 33 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter to hold on to this football. They cannot afford any more mistakes for the rest of this ball game.
1st and 10 from the 20. Tight formation. They're going to go up the middle with Datron Ellison, and he'll get about 6 on the carry. Great run by Datron Ellison. And the dynamic duo doing it again. I would have to give a nod to Datron Ellison over his brother tonight because he's played well.
Yes, definitely. It's just his first game on the varsity level this year. He had been playing as a JV, and it looks like Coach Herman's just going to let the clock run out to end the 3rd quarter.
So that is the end of your 3rd quarter. The score, your Lockhart Lions 23, the Burnet Bulldogs 21. It's homecoming night. We're going to take a commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Let First Lockhart National Bank reward you with First Star Rewards Checking, where you earn on your rewards checking balance, get free ATM refunds nationwide, plus so much more. Come on by one of our locations in Lockhart, Kyle, or South Austin to visit with one of our bankers to see how you can get started earning rewards today. You can also check us out online at firstlockhart.com.
Hello, Americans. Mark Twain said, a broken promise is better than no promise at all. Well, you and I both know when we make a promise, we keep it. Chuck Nash Auto Group has been doing that for years. They offer up the kind of one-on-one service that'll follow the taillights of your pre-owned vehicle deep into that gorgeous Texas sunset. By the way, Chuck Nash will give you $750 more for your car, buy or trade. And now you know the best of the story.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas. We're getting ready to start the fourth quarter. The game has stalled out a little bit. We were on a good time scale, and now it's slowed down a little bit. This rain is coming down. It could be a difference in the game. Right now it's 23-21. Lockhart has the ball, second and about 5. Jaden is under center. Jaden is back. They give the ball, it looks like, to DeQuan Ellison, and he moves his way down the field. He's within a yard of the marker. And DeQuan Ellison with a nice run. 3rd and 1 is what we're looking at with 11:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, a tight ball game. And let me tell you what, District 14 in Class 4A Division I, I don't know what the other teams are like, but the two teams we played these last 2 weeks are something else.
Most definitely, and they're both stepping up. Both teams have stepped up so far, and Lockhart Lions have their hand full again tonight. But this time they got the ball and they're in control right now at this point.
Jaden straight up the middle, and it's good to see Jaden back. He gets the first down.
Looks like Burnet called a timeout right before the snap took place, so it's still going to be 3rd down and 1 for the Lions on their own 29.5 yard line with 11:16 left to go. And be sure to stay tuned after the ball game for the First Lockhart National Bank post-game show, as we will give you our final thoughts and stats for the ball game, as well as giving you the Chuck Nash Offensive Player of the Game and the Farm Bureau Defensive Player of the Game.
Well, you know, and here we've got things that are coming up in the future. Our next game, home, we're playing Medina Valley. The plan is that we will have head basketball coach Javier Torres coming up to talk to us probably before the game. I'm helping him with the fall ball and the summer ball program, and this guy is a coach. But we'll talk to him next week, and we'll find out what he's all about. They're going to pitch it out. Oh, they strung us out. We're not getting that. They went to Aldania, but they strung us out. We lost yardage on that.
They got a penalty flag that just came in.
Very good.
Probably going to be unsportsmanlike penalty on Burnet, and if it is, it's going to be huge for the Lockhart Lions offense.
Because they did a great job. Burnet can play some defense, and they strung us out, and we lost yards, but hopefully we're going to be gaining quite a few after that penalty. We're at 11:08 right now in the ball game, 23-21. The Lions are holding on. We could sure use another touchdown because right now I'm not real easy with the score where it's at.
Definitely. And talking about huge penalty, this was a big penalty against Burnet, who had stopped the Lions on 3rd down and 1, which would have been about 4th down and 4. Now, because of the personal penalty foul, it's 1st down and 10 for the Lions at their own 40.
So now they're setting up 1st and 10 at the 40. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to DeQuan Ellison up the middle. He's got some room. He breaks around to the 50. Oh, he dives forward for the first down. DeQuan Ellison hanging onto the ball, getting the first down. Great run by Ellison.
Great stretch by DeQuan Ellison to get around through the inside, then bounce it to the outside. And they had him stopped. They tackled him right around the 48-yard line, inline territory, and DeQuan just stretched the ball out, able to get across midfield into Burnet territory, where it's 1st down and 10 for the Lockhart Lions at the 49.
So I'm looking at the flag. The flags on the sides are blowing harder than the flags in the end. The flag is in the end zone. They're going to hand. Oh, they went straight up. We had a penalty flag. Hang on. What's going on? So they did give it to DeQuan Ellison, but everything got stopped before it even got started. And it looks like we may have just shot ourselves in the foot just to start out the play. Yep, they'll be moving it back 5.
Well, we move back into line territory now.
So it'll be first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Lockhart's got to be careful here. They're living dangerously. So we got Devin Clark checking into the game. That's the 6'5" safety / receiver, and he will be out wide to the right. Is he a decoy, or are we going to him? They're going to give it to Aldana. There's nothing there for him. He might have gotten a yard.
They're going to mark him down at the 47.
So 10 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. We need to move the sticks. We need to score if we can, but we definitely need to move the clock.
Definitely, and the clock's moving down right now. We're at 9:50 left to go here in this ball game. Play clock's right around the 16-second mark, so these Lions are going to run this play clock down before they take a snap.
Garza under center. He's going to roll out right. He's in trouble. He flings the ball out there. Aldana catches it, fumbles it. I think they're going to say it was incomplete. Yep, they're going to call it incomplete. He got hit as he caught it, and he dropped the ball. So 9:30 to go here, 3rd and 14.
Great defensive play from the Burnet Bulldogs right there to dislodge the ball on the hit.
Yeah, I can't even imagine what their district's going to be like in Class 4A. That's going to be a tough district. Because you've got the All-American punter and the great quarterback at Taylor.
Taylor, yes.
My goodness, that kicker was something else. So here we go, 3rd and 14, tight formation for Lockhart. Are we going to see a Datron Ellison end around? Man in motion. There's Datron. He's in trouble. There, he gets thrown down. So it does go to Datron, and we get dropped for, good gosh, we've got a long ways to go on that one. We're looking at, they're going to have to punt this one out of there. 4th and a long ways.
They're looking for a face mask penalty call.
I thought I saw the same thing. I swore when he first grabbed Datron to grab him by the face mask. But there's no call on it, and we're just going to be 4th and 22. They're just letting the clock run down, and I think, yep, it is. It is going to be Alfredo James is going to be punting the ball. Sosa is his up back, making sure nobody gets to him. There's the punt. They're going to let it drop. It's going to take a Burnet bounce. It hits Devin Clark in the head and is downed at the 38-yard line, it looks like. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Burnet. The 38-yard line, 8:29 to go here in the ball game. They're only down 2, so the defense is going to have to step it up for Lockhart.
Once again, they're going to have to step up and stop this Burnet offense with 8:29 left to go, only up by 2. And with the wind going at the back of Burnet, you know, it makes that 40-yard field goal that they didn't want to try for going north, right to left on your internet dial, your radio dial, against the wind. Now they got the wind at their back.
Burkhalter to the left. Everybody else kind of tight. They're going to split one out to the right side. That's Escamilla. Oh, it snapped over his head. Denton's running after it. He dives on it, and he's downed right there. That was number 33, Aiden Hernandez, who got there quickly. Big loss.
Big loss of 16 on the snap over the head.
But when you have a guy like Blaine Burkhalter, just like with the Ellison brothers, anything's possible. So 2nd and long.
Be 2nd down and 25.
So we got 2 receivers to the right, Burkhalter to the left, an H-back, a tailback. Denton with it. He's looking for Burkhalter. He throws. I believe it's picked off.
Intercepted.
Who
got it, but it's intercepted. 3rd interception.
Aiden Hernandez, the pick. He's excited. I'm excited. 7:45 to go in the ball game. Aiden Hernandez right now looking to be a hero because they've been moving the ball on us. Now we're deep in their territory thanks to the pickoff. And let's see if we can do something here. I think it's time for us to just give a heavy dose of Daquan Ellison and see if we can't get him around the corner. So it's at the 24-yard line of Burnet. 23-21, 7:45 to go in the ball game. It's going to be a tight formation. Daquan Ellison is in the backfield right behind Garza. It's DeQuan to the right side. And he doesn't get but maybe 2 yards on that carry, but it's moving the clock, and any yards is better than no yards. Looks like he got 3 on it.
Yeah, DeQuan gets 3 yards on the play. More importantly, he gets tackled inbounds with the clock still running. Burnet only has 1 timeout left to go here in this fourth quarter.
The good thing for me is Jaden Garza's back. Not that I didn't want to see Jackie Edwards at quarterback, but we've got Jaden Garza, and Jaden's had a great season. I'm glad he's back, and he looks like nothing happened. Tight formation again. They got a man in motion. Right up the middle it goes.
They're going to blow the play
They're
dead.
going to say procedure on us again. So we're shooting ourselves in the foot once again with a procedure call there, unless, yeah, it was on us. So we're looking at about 2nd and 11. 6:50 to go in the contest. We have got to quit doing the little mental things and stay positive here and keep the clock running, which it is now, and just keep chewing the clock, keep chewing the yards. You don't have to score, just run the clock out.
Yes, definitely. And it's a mental mistake right there on the part of the Lockhart Lions.
Aldana, no, it was Garza kept it. I thought he handed it off to Aldana, but he did not. It gets back to the original line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. Clock is still moving. It's 3rd down, though. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 12?
It's going to be right around there. 3rd down and 12, yes. The ball's going to be laid at the 26-yard line.
So I'm wondering why the clock is not running, though. So they're going to call timeout. It is Lockhart that will call timeout. It is 3rd and 12 with 6:18 to go here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a real quick commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
For over 15 years, Raina Drywall and Paint has been serving Lockhart and the surrounding counties. We are experienced in all phases of construction. You can count on us for any exterior or interior painting job. Call 512-925-0634 to schedule an appointment with Raina Drywall and Paint today.
All right, we're back here at Lockhart, Texas, homecoming night. We're hoping we come out on the top side of things. Again, I can't even say enough about these 4A schools that we've played the last 2 weeks. They both have great weapons on their teams, and they're both in the same district. They both wear green. I can't even imagine what that district's going to be like, but we're back in action. 3rd and 12, big play for Lockhart. 2 guys to the left. Garza's under center. And they're going to say a legal procedure again, I have a feeling. Yep, coaches are not happy. And right now, just like last week, we're starting to shoot ourselves in the foot late in the game.
Yes, and it stops the clock as well for Burnet.
So, just visual. DeQuan Ellison must be cramping up or something because he's been doing a lot of high kneeing and things like that and a little bit of limping. So we may have to go the way of Datron Ellison to get something going here. Garza sets under center, tight formation. Datron with the carry, and nothing is there. Nothing is there. Number 75 on the tackle. That was Jared Tippy, a senior lineman. That'll bring up 4th down, and now you're hoping it's 5:58 and counting. You're not going to be able to kill a whole lot of time left. You're just going to have to hope you can get as many yards as possible, pin them as deep as you can, and then hope your defense can come through.
Now, question here now. I know field goal's got to be out of the question. If you punt, you take the chance of punting it into the end zone and giving them the ball at the 20. But if you go for it and don't make it, or the pass is incomplete if you go for a pass, Burnet gets the ball at the 32-yard line. But if you punt it into the end zone, they get it at the 20.
I'm with you on that. I'm punting in this situation if I'm them. And it looks like Okay, we're going to punt. I think that was Coach's plan all along. Delay a game, 5:25 to go here in the contest, 23-21 Lockhart on homecoming night, and that ball will be backed up to the 37-yard line of Burnet. And the thing is I think they just wanted to get into a better situation for punting because I'm with Emilio. I'd take my chances on the punt.
Yes.
I'm just trying to see who it is that's punting because I don't think it's who we think it is. Usually it's James in his corner, in his deal. It is. He kicks it straight up in the air, and it takes another Burnet bounce. So we've had 2 bad bounces on punts. So literally we only gain 4 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. 5:15 to go here in the fourth quarter, 23-21 Lockhart. They're going to have it at their own 27-yard line, and again, it's now up to our defense. We have deep safeties of Datron Ellison, who's been the magic man tonight, and Devin Clark, who's just phenomenal. The catch he made in the first half, the defensive play he made in the first half, we've got some good guys on the defensive end, but the one guy we've got to worry about in this situation is Escamilla because he's had a great game running the football. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. And Escamilla was supposed to get it, but it was a bad snap. And, oh, what a great play by Sosa. And also they're helping him was number 75, Faustino Gonzalez, last week's defensive MVP, and they move him back. It was a bad snap. It was supposed to go to Escamilla, didn't try to make something of it, and those 2 guys said, no, I don't think so.
Definitely another bad snap to start the series off for Burnet.
Now, Detron's going to have to watch because Burkhalter's out here, and they're looking. It's going over the middle to Miller. Oh, what a hit by Datron Ellison. Keep your helmet on, son. Keep your helmet on. There you go.
Beautiful hit to dislodge that ball.
So it was going to be caught, but Detron hit him so hard it dislodged the ball, and fortunately he kept his composure, left the helmet on. So we're now looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 18 with 4:38 to go. Here we go again. Datron and Devin back there in the back. They know they're going to throw. Aiden Hernandez is back there. He's hungry for another. There's a long pass up in the air. Adam Romero
great
just
job
about
by
picked it
Adam
off.
Romero.
Adam Romero with a great play. And look who else is over there. Datron Ellison. Good gosh. I tell you what, he's going to have to win some award tonight.
You know what? It's wide open on the defensive side as well as the offensive side.
So they're going to punt, I think. Yes, they're going to punt for the first time tonight, and it looks like they have Datron Ellison back, not that he's really back. The punt is going to be a bounce. He's got a good bounce on this one. It's going to go out of bounds, though. And we're going to get it on around the 45-yard line on our side of the field.
But we have the ball back with 4:24 left to go. Burnet only has 1 timeout left to use. All Lockhart has to do is hold on to this football, continue to gain positive yardage, and keep moving those sticks. And this game could be over within the next 5 to 6 plays.
Oh, I would agree. And now the team is trying to get the crowd in the game. It's raining, so they're not too excited about getting up, but I would stand up in this situation. 4:24 to go, as Emilio said, 23-21, homecoming night, raining out here. And here they come to the line. Tight formation. Is it going to be Daquan? Who's it going to be? It's Garza rolling out right. He's in trouble. Gets hit from behind. Thank goodness he held onto the ball, but he is going to lose yards.
It looks like it was a mix-up on the play right there. It didn't look like a pass because I saw several linemen downfield.
The referee has called a timeout of his own, and I'm not real sure why. Oh, because they're saying Jaden has to leave because of an injury, but Jaden says, I'm fine. Coach Herman's not happy about it. So now here comes Jackie Edwards possibly.
Lockhart calls a timeout.
I don't get this. Our player was not hurt. They told him to leave the field. We had to call a timeout because we were running out of time. That I don't get. Now Coach is talking to the official. I'm with Coach Herman on this one.
It didn't look like Jaden Garza was injured in any way. But I guess, you gotta give it to these officials. They got to make a split decision call at times, and this is one of those calls. And whether we agree with it or not, he was looking out for the best interest of the football player. So, but Coach Harmon gets to call a timeout, which allows Jaden Garza to stay on the field.
So here we are with 4:12 to go in the ball game. Lockhart hanging on to a 2-point lead, 23-21. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line. Actually, that's a 43-yard line, where they have second down about 13. Again, like Emilio said, we just got to run the clock out. We don't have to score. The line's going to have to come up big right now. They're going to pitch it outside. It's Daquan Ellison who gets around the corner. He cuts up to the 50. He cuts back to the middle. He's still on his feet. He's got the first down. That's going to be the clock. What a play by Daquan Ellison. That right there could be the MVP play because that just kept the clocks a-moving, and that was all him. 4:01 to go here, 23-21. Daquan Ellison, the senior running back, playing like a senior on that play right there. Nobody was going to stop him from getting a first down.
No, in the first two games, we talked about the patience and the composure of Daquan Ellison to run through the line. This time, he ran past two of his blockers and made space of his own to get across midfield and a Lockhart line first down.
So here we go up the middle. Sproul with it. Sproul with a great, powerful run up the middle. We don't call his name very often, but when he gets it, Darius Sproul, the senior running back, he's a punishing runner.
So what I liked about this young man is he held on to that football with both hands.
Yeah.
And
that looked like Franco Harris, Larry Zonka kind of running there.
Definitely.
2nd and 4. Clock is moving at 3:10. They're trying to hang on to, I think, their one timeout. And there's nothing they can do right now as long as we keep moving the ball. Daquan Ellison on the left side. He's to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, down to the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Another first down. The clock will continue to roll as soon as the sticks are put up. Daquan Ellison now showing his senior leadership. Yes, he has an offensive line. And yes, they're giving him space. But these last two runs of his have been pretty much all Daquan running over, around, and through people.
Looks like there might be a penalty on the play.
If that's going to be on it. Yep, it's coming back. So what looked like it was going to ice the game has now turned into another mistake that is going to hopefully not come back and haunt us. But we had a first down. The clock was going to be moving. We were inside the 20, and now they're going to move us back. People in the stands aren't too happy. I think it's a good thing we've turned the crowd mic off.
Well, the good thing, they mark it off from the spot of the foul, so they're not getting moved back past the original line of scrimmage.
So it's going to be 2nd and 9.
From their Burnet 41-yard line.
I don't know. You got to think they're going to be keen on Daquan on this one. This might be a time to pull someone else out of the woodwork, but the way Daquan's been running, it's kind of hard to take the ball out of his hands.
Definitely.
Right up to Daquan it goes. In the middle, not a whole lot there, but the good thing is clock's still moving. It's going to be about 3rd and about 3rd and 6. We're down to 2:20 in the ball game. Again, Lockhart hanging on to a 23-21 lead right now. The ball's at the 38-yard line of Burnet, and this game's still up for grabs. A first down would pretty much close the books on this, barring any fumbles.
Exactly. And like I mentioned before, Burnet only has one timeout left to go. And, this is definitely going to be 4-down territory for the Lockhart Lions.
Garza under center. Pitches it out to Daquan Ellison on the right side. He's going to have to hurry around the corner, and he does. He hurdles the man and dives forward.
Give him enough.
Did he get the first down? If not, we're only a yard shy. But Daquan Ellison has played brilliantly in this last series. We're going to have to see. The mark is so
looks like
close.
They're going to mark them short of the first.
Nope, they're moving the sticks.
First down for the Lockhart
That
Lions.
could do it. 1:44 to go. 23-21 Lockhart. Ball is at the 32 of Burnet. The crowd trying to get into the game. The players trying to get the crowd in the game. We just need to run the clock out. So every time someone gets a handoff, they better have their entire body wrapped around that football.
Looks like Lockhart's going to have to call a timeout or take a 5-yard penalty. Wise decision by Coach Herman.
Coach Herman showing his brilliance there with 1 second on the play clock. He calls timeout. We have a minute 44 to go here in the ball game. 23-21. We'll take a real quick commercial break.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Let First Lockhart National Bank reward you with First Star Rewards Checking, where you earn on your rewards checking balance, get free ATM refunds nationwide, plus so much more. Come on by one of our locations in Lockhart, Kyle, or South Austin to visit with one of our bankers to see how you can get started earning rewards today. You can also check us out online at firstlockhart.com.
And we are back, and before we get back into action, let me give you the Meitler Storage game break for the rest of the games in the district. Alamo Heights defeating East Central Hornets with 3:19 left to go in the fourth quarter by a score of 48-27. Tivy all over the Del Rio Rams with 2:53 left to go in the game, 41-14. Southside Cardinals defeated Memorial 35-0 last night. Bernie Champion defeats MacArthur 50-0 last night. Harlandale puts it on the Kennedy Rockets 42-14. Uvalde Coyotes lose again to Southwest Dragons 42-14. Medina Valley defeats Hondo Owls 41-11. And here at Lions Stadium, it is Lockhart Lions 23 over the Burnet Bulldogs 21 with 1:41 left to go in the contest.
And we decided we wanted to have an illegal procedure to start the drive of the after moving the sticks. So we stopped the clock again with procedure. And so it'll be 1st and 15 with 1:41 to go. The mental mistakes. We've got to quit doing this stuff. We're hurting ourselves. This game's not over yet. We have got to get this finished off.
Yes, definitely. And Burnet, like I said, still got one timeout. And technically, they could still probably get the ball back with the mere seconds on the clock. But those seconds, you don't want to give Burnet, especially when with the stud receiver they have in Burkhalter and their quarterback. All it takes is one passing play, and this thing could change in a matter of a second.
Okay, here we go. Tight formation. Jaden Garza under center. Hands off to Daquan Ellison. He's up the middle. Nothing there. I almost wish they would have handed it off to Spruill because he went untouched. But anyways, it doesn't matter. We have it now second and about 14. 123 and counting. 23-21 on homecoming night. It's raining. It doesn't look like it's raining as bad now. But it is still, the clock is still moving. We're in no hurry. A first down would ice this game, barring any fumbles. Again, we have a wet ball. Garza under center. He's going to hand it off to Daquan Ellison, who breaks it up the middle. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. He's down to the 30. The clock is still moving. We're under a minute. They're going to finally waste their last time out. 52 seconds to go. Emilio, what do you got? What do you think? I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row where it's like Heart Attack City.
Yes, definitely. But at the same time, we, Lockhart Lions, have the ball and in their control, as opposed to last week where Taylor was in control of the final seconds of the ball game. We got control of the ball. Like I said, barring any fumble, this game should be over. Should be over here within 2 plays. Now, Lockhart will have to run this play, and they'll have to run at least 2 more plays, but that second play has to lead to a first down.
Right. And this is definitely four down territory with 52 seconds left, a 2-point lead. And at this point in the game, I don't care if you're playing 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A school, a win is a win.
Yes.
And we want to go into district play at 2-1 because we have Medina Valley, who's snake bit us the last few years in the fourth quarter. So the crowd's getting into the game. We got a tight formation. Jaden with the ball. He hands it off right up the middle. I think it was Detron Ellison, but I can't see for sure. It was Detron Ellison. That'll bring up fourth down, 40 seconds to go. They can't stop the clock. We do have to run another play. But even if, they're only going to have about 7 seconds left. Jaden's got something wrong with his helmet. Time for Daquan to take over a quarterback position.
I believe they're going to run this clock down and call timeout with, it's going to be probably right around 6 seconds left on the clock.
I'm trying to figure out where Jaden went.
I could almost assure you if the punter's out there, he'll probably snap the ball and have the punter
run around,
and then for 7 seconds, and then take a knee. Definitely, that would be my guess.
Hey, I want to real quickly give a shout out again to a QA we've never had before. That's Lynn DeSalvo. He's done a superb job for us. I'm glad we had him tonight. He's going to be our good luck charm. We're going to get a win because of him. It's 23-21, 7 seconds to go. It is 4th down and about 12. We lost by 1 point last week with 14 seconds to go. Right now we have 7 seconds left. The ball's in our hands. I would almost snap this thing to Sosa. It's Detron Ellison back there. They're going to have him run around. Snap it to him. He's running. Oh, don't run backwards. Oh, good Lord. It's over.
He's going to run the clock
out. Fall down. Just fall down. Okay, we won. Detron was giving me a heart attack because I think he thought when the clock ran out, the game was over. But they were still trying to tackle him. And even though they did finally get him, a win is a win. 23-21, your Lockhart Lions win on homecoming. They are now 2-1 on the season, but there is a flag. I think there is a flag, and they're going to decline it. They're going to decline offsides on Burnet. That's your ball game. Thank goodness.
Yes.
23-21 is the final. Lockhart wins at homecoming in the rain. Nobody scored in the fourth quarter, and I could care less. So there you have it. We're going to take a couple commercials here to take a break. We're going to decide players of the game. We're going to come back, talk about the players of the game, give you our post game, and then we're going to call it a night. So here we go.
You're listening to Lion Country Broadcast Network and KMX Sports with Vype Magazine.
Hello, Americans. Mark Twain said, "A broken promise is better than no promise at all." Well, you and I both know when we make a promise, we keep it. Chuck Nash Auto Group has been doing that for years. They offer up the kind of one-on-one service that'll follow the taillights of your pre-owned vehicle deep into that gorgeous Texas sunset. By the way, Chuck Nash will give you $750 more for your car, buy or trade. And now you know the best of the story.
For over 15 years, Raina Drywall and Paint has been serving Lockhart and the surrounding counties. We are experienced in all phases of construction. You can count on us for any exterior or interior painting job. Call 512-925-0634 to schedule an appointment with Raina Drywall and Paint today.
Hello, Americans.
Let First Lockhart National Bank reward you with First Star Rewards Checking, where you earn on your rewards checking balance, get free ATM refunds nationwide, plus so much more. Come on by one of our locations in Lockhart, Kyle, or South Austin to visit with one of our bankers to see how you can get started earning rewards today. You can also check us out online at firstlockhart.com.
Johnny & Sons Paint and Body has been Lockhart's premier collision repair and auto body shop since 1967. Certified I-CAR standard, the highest ranking in the collision industry. For all your collision needs, come by and see Johnny & Sons, 400 Blackjack in Lockhart. Johnny & Sons Paint and Body. We won't steer you wrong.
All right, we're back here in Lockhart, Texas, and, you know, us old men are trying to rack our brains on who we're going to pick. It could have gone to so many guys on defense because so many guys played great on defense. But I'm going to go ahead and take the defensive player because for 3 games now, this kid, he's come out of he was never in the spotlight prior to this year, and now it's his time to shine, and he's done just that. And I'm going to have to go with number 88, Chris Cadell, as the Farm Bureau Defensive Player of the game. Early on, he had a lot of hits. He did a lot of great things. But to me, Chris Cadell is your Defensive Player of the game tonight for homecoming.
Definitely. And as we continue on with the First Lockhart National Bank post-game show, like to give a shout out to the Chuck Nash offensive players of the game. And we got to give it up to the dynamic duo of Datron Ellison and Daquan Ellison. Datron came in for his first game of the season in the varsity level. First time he gets the ball in a carry, he stomps 53 yards down for a touchdown. You got Daquan Ellison, who carried the load, and I'm talking about carrying the load. Of the 43 carries the Lockhart Lions ran, Daquan Ellison had 27 touches for 162 yards as he goes over 100 yards for the third time this season. And as a team, the Lions eclipsed the 1,000 yard mark in just the third game of the season. So congratulations to the Chuck Nash offensive player of the games in the dynamic duo, Daquan Ellison and Datron Ellison.
Okay, so then with that being said, and we want to thank all of our sponsors for what they do. Without you folks, we don't have these games. So thank you for the sponsorship and everything that goes on. For those that don't have the commercials yet, we're still working on the board getting those to us. That way we can get you on the air as well. I'm going to let Emilio give his last thoughts, then I'm going to give mine, and we're going to close up shop for tonight.
And 2 straight games back-to-back that's been exciting for the Lockhart Lions, and not just the Lockhart Lions players, the fans as well. We've seen both sides of the football. We felt the agony of defeat last week, and now we feel the joys of victory. But at the same time, these young men that we come out here to cheer for and give us their all, just as we heard at the Johnny and Sons Paint and Body Shop halftime show with Stephon Houston and Tyrese Purifoy, their heart that they put out there on their field, we just saw in these last 2 weeks for the Lockhart Lions. And coming away with the victory tonight is going to be a huge step forward as we start district play next week. So it's gonna be an exciting run and puts the Lockhart Lions in great position at 2-1. You know, we would have liked to have been 3-0 going into district play, but with the struggles that the rest of the other teams are having in district, to be at 2-1 at the same level as Tybee, Alamo Heights, and Bernie Champion, and Medina Valley, tomorrow's game, next week's game is going to be huge for the Lockhart Lions and taking another step forward towards getting in, towards district and getting into that playoff spot.
Well, here we are. The game just ended, and now it's decided to start pouring down rain. So God was watching out for us. He wanted to make sure we got off the field okay. And now the rain is coming down like you will not believe. I'm going to have McKelty carry all the heavy equipment to my car so I don't have to, and I don't want to get wet. So, anyways, my outlook on tonight's game was this. Again, excitement, a young team doing very well. They learned how not to kind of blow a game at the end last week, and they held on this week. They tried to self-destruct a couple times, but they found a way to win. And that's what champions do. You find a way to win. And with this young team, the more they play, the better they're going to get. Jaden Garza, another great outing at quarterback. Fought through a little bit of an injury, but he still played out there. My funny moment of the game, and it wasn't funny at the time because I think he just forgot, but when the clock ran out, Datron Ellison's running around, and he looked back at the clock and saw it was a zeros. He started kind of dancing around with the ball. I don't think he realized the play was still going on, and he had players trying to tackle him and rip the ball out of his hands, but he was smart enough to run towards the out-of-bounds line, and by the time they actually got to him, he was out of bounds.
But I was hoping we would have a replacements with the defensive lineman tackling the Joe Flacco tackling the defensive guy on the kickoff return and to stop the clock. So
it would have been funny to watch one of our own guys tackle Datron Ellison. But anyways,
it had to catch it first.
it ends on a good note, and like I say, we went from a little bit of rain to a torrential downpour now. Yeah. I wish it would have been raining like this earlier because I can see through the glass just fine now. But anyways, that's how it ends here, 23-21.
All right. Before we close out, I want to give a breakdown of the standings for the District 14 5A Division 2. Alamo Heights, Bernie Champion, Lockhart, Medina Valley, and Tybee High School are all at 2-1. Memorial High School, the Minutemen are 1-2. Kennedy and Uvalde, they're both 0-3 going into district play next week.
All right, so there again, want to give my QA, Lynn DeSalvo. Thank you very much for what you did. I really appreciate all the comments you made, keeping us straight. Thank you, sir. Thank you for what you do, because without you and without our girl over here, our senior, McKelty Altier, not only is she a power lifter and an athlete, she can also sing, as she sang the national anthem tonight. There ain't nothing this girl can't do. So, and tonight, my gosh, I don't know if you guys heard her, but it was the voice of an angel as she took us into commercials perfectly all night long.
Yes.
We have turned her into a play-by-play announcer. And, again, for myself, McKelty Altier, for Lynn DeSalvo, for Emilio Juarez, the Sarge, and myself, Scott Smith, we appreciate you listening. Thank you very much, sponsors. Thank you very much, folks, for listening. You have a great evening, and everybody drive safe going home. Good night.